Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Sports Port. That is right, baby. I am your interim host, Tony, for the rest of the week, which is just this one more day. It's Friday, baby. Let's go. Brian's still on assignment. Cancun, Mexico. Send you a frog, dude. We have a great episode for you guys here today. I am joined here today on this Friday by Zachary Seymour, dude.
What's going on?
Not much, dude. How are you?
Doing good. How about you?
Hell yeah, dude. I'm doing great. Gonna be a good episode. So much going on, dude. So much to talk about. Obviously, a lot of NFL, the divisional weekend. We got a lot of hockey this weekend specifically. Rangers have 2 games back-to-back, Saturday, Sunday. So a lot of action there. Pretty interesting. What are you gonna watch? 7 p.m. Sunday? I mean, I don't know, man. But in any case, dude, we have some golf as well, some baseball, crib notes. We also have, at the end of the show, our final pack of the Upper Deck Series 1 for this season, NHL cards here. So obviously stay tuned for that. That'll be at the very end of the show. Stoked to see what we can pull in the last pack. And we've had some great cards. A couple kind of Bedard cards, an Ovechkin card, Luke Hughes, Quinn Hughes. Had some great guys. Elias Pettersson. So I'm pretty stoked with what we've gotten so far. And yeah, I'm excited to see what is upcoming. But dude, I'm excited to be here. We have a couple comments here off rip.
Yes.
Looks like you want to handle the comments today, Zach?
I can do that.
I mean, it's Friday, dude. You better bring the energy.
Matthew Gabriel says, "Let's go."
I know Matthew's hype for us here.
And Kev Du says, "Let's go." We want the smoke. You guys are going down in the playoff team.
That's right, dude. We'll see what happens. You know, obviously, DTV, TCA, the little bit of a revamp for the playoffs. We restarted like we did last season. We're back at zeros here, started again for the playoffs. And I believe they're ahead. They went 3-0 last week. I think we went 2-1, I believe. Yeah, so we're a game back after the wild card round here. And as these games get harder and harder to pick on who's going to win, obviously, it definitely makes for a great matchup between the two of us, especially after their just ferocious regular season performance. Literally, flip the script. From last year, we got torched in the regular season, and then we won in the playoffs. And then this year, they get torched in the regular season. Do they win in the playoffs? I don't know, dude. We'll see. And obviously, you know, with Brian on assignment, dude, I don't think I've heard from him about any picks yet. But we do have Josh, who will be calling in today on behalf of the TCA in about, 15, 20-ish minutes. But it's up to us, dude, to take some picks, dude. So it's definitely going to be a tough week, I think, for picks, to be honest, dude. It really, at this point, could really go either way. Teams that were not good are hot right now, and it's all about being good at the right moment.
Yeah.
But I guess let's just get right into it, dude. Let's go toss it to the world of the National Football League.
He wants Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick 6. Minka Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again.
Mahomes escaping, on the move, stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones, oh, what a tackle. Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
Just like that, dude. Divisional rounds, all right? Before we know it's going to be the offseason, dude. But before we get into the divisional matchups and stuff, I love to get your take on the wild card weekend. You know, we had a couple upsets. We had a couple, I guess not upsets. Favorites just really hammer it.
Yeah.
But what did you think, dude? What were your thoughts after the wild card weekend?
I thought it was pretty good overall.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos and the Bills game went as expected.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely thought though for a second it looked like the Broncos were gonna hang around.
Yeah, that first drive.
That first drive was great, dude. But it was after that it was definitely over. What do you think about the Chargers? Like, I mean, I wouldn't blame Herbert for those picks, but throwing 4 picks after throwing just 3 all season is really crazy, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of felt bad for them, to be honest, because
Me too.
They had such a great season, and the one game where you need to show up, you throw 4 picks. So I mean, it just sucks because I really like what they're building over there, but you know, it happens.
Yeah, no, I mean they are building something great, and I mean when you think about where they were at the season prior to this one, I mean a great job that you know Harbaugh did for the team and the culture there. So I think that there's a lot to look forward to. McConkey does look good.
Yeah.
I think you do need to maybe bolster the rest of that receiving core, especially with Justin Herbert is a great throwing quarterback. And I mean, if you really want to analyze, I want to say 2 of those picks were through the hands of his receiver, not necessarily his fault. So I just think maybe, that team with that pressure in a position they haven't been in, I think maybe the nerves got the best of them, and the Texans, not for nothing, I know it's only Stroud's sophomore year, but he's been in that position in a playoff game, needing to beat a team that's better than his.
Yeah, as an underdog.
Exactly, as an underdog. So it's like, I think they took advantage of that for sure. What about the Rams taking out the Vikings, dude?
I was kind of just disheartened overall because I had money on the Vikings,
dude.
I had a nice little parlay. I felt good about it.
Oh God, what was the parlay?
It was Darnold over 225, Addison anytime, and Vikings spread. So you can imagine how my night went,
dude.
But yeah, I mean, they just didn't show up. And Darnold, I don't know, like, I know his line was really bad. Like, they were just getting blown up the entire game. But, like, you cannot be taking those sacks on 4th down.
Yeah,
At least throw it away. I know it's not great, but it's better than taking those sacks, you know?
Listen, his offensive line was definitely failing him.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, obviously, in terms of the Rams' perspective, I mean, they were just on it, dude.
They're on fire right now.
They are on fire, and I forget there's a defensive lineman that they were comparing to Aaron Donald.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I forget his name, but regardless, I mean, like you said, I mean Sam Darnold has to know better. I mean, he's taking sacks after holding the ball for 6 seconds. It's like throw it.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing, dude? And there was even one play too where it's like, the pocket broke down. And he avoided the sack. He sidesteps out, but then it's like there's no one. Like you have no protection, and he's looking down and he's standing looking downfield as if like he has all the time in the world. And he gets sacked. And I'm like, dude, you got to like roll out.
Yeah.
Throw the ball away, or just do something. And he looked like an absolute deer in headlights. And it did look like he was back on the Jets again, dude. And it is a shame.
I was gonna say that.
It's a shame, dude, because you look at, I mean, that comeback. Everyone loves the comeback story.
Yeah.
Especially for a team like the Vikings too. I feel like growing up, Peterson, you're watching him, you're rooting for him. The Vikings are cool. It's a cool mascot. They have great colors. Minnesota, whatever. And to see that organization just have such a great regular season, and for the players on that team to absolutely blow it. I mean, you root for. I mean, I like Addison. Obviously, you like Justin Jefferson as well. You root for him, top receiver in the league. You want to see him succeed. And it just, God, dude, they just could not. They could not figure it out offensively. Obviously, that's why they only scored 9 points. But
yeah,
it was tough for sure. Was that like your biggest, probably like what the hell moment sort of deal, like that game?
I guess I'd say yes. I think like. I don't know, the way they ended the regular season was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like if you watch that Lions game, they kind of gave teams the tape on how to deal with Darnold. You just got to bum rush him.
Yeah, no, very true, dude.
Because his feet get really heavy when he's under pressure. So
it
sucks, but
it does, dude. It really is a shame. Like I really thought maybe a little bounce back action after that game, but they just absolutely were rattled.
Yeah.
Like there was really nothing going on. It's crazy. Again, you're in one of the more competitive divisions in the league.
Yeah.
And you're one game away from taking the division, getting the bye.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you're back at home.
Yeah.
But in any case, it makes for great storylines, for great football on this weekend, the divisional weekend. We'll take Josh B, by the way. Hyped for it, dude. Happy Friday, he says. Just got to school. Be home in a few. Obviously, Josh B, got to play dad, which is fine. Whatever, dude. I'll play second to your family, I guess. But obviously, no rush, dude. We're stoked to hear the TCA picks. What if Brian Barnaby in the house? He says good morning. Nice LGR for the family here at DTV Rangers with a big win in Utah. A great road trip. Took 5 points out of the available 6 on the road. So, I mean, you got to be happy with that. And then he also says, trusting you guys with these picks. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see, I guess, what we come up with and what the TCA comes up with. Sans Brian Barnaby. We also have Michael lurking in the building somewhere too. Who knows if he'll be joining us for the picks as well. But in any case, let's look at some of these divisional matchups. I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe we can do the frenzy now, and then we'll have Josh B call in for the picks. In any case, we have 4 games this weekend. Saturday we have doubleheader, Sunday doubleheader, classic 2-2. That seems to be, I guess, where the NFL is heading. How do you feel about that? The way they're splitting these games up, dude.
I love the Saturday games.
You do?
Especially towards the end of the year. I was on break, obviously.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
You know, I don't know. I just felt like it was really cool, like during the holidays, to have those games. The Christmas games were really cool. So I really don't mind the way that they structure the games. I just think, like, putting the right games in the right time slots is important. Like the Bills and the Ravens, I'm happy that they put that on Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night.
Yeah.
No, sure. And it's a 6:30 game.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's not like a late game where you got to stay up super late to watch the rest of it, which is nice, I suppose. I don't know, man. I'm not a huge fan, I guess, of the Saturday earlier game. Like the 4:30 on Saturday, for me, I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe again, it probably is just me, but like Saturday afternoon, like I'm going out, I'm going to the liquor store, I'm getting like, stuff to Stop and Shop to make buffalo chicken dip. I'm prepping the food, I'm making the food. Like I don't know, man. I feel like if they just had the one, like if there was a one game on Saturday at 6:30, that would be kind of cool. Or I guess I could see Saturday 8 p.m. They thinking people are at the bar. That's cool, I suppose. Yeah. So I like that. 8 o'clock on Saturday night, you're out, you're doing whatever, it's on at the bar, that's fine. But again, 4:30, I'm out and about, I'm figuring out my plans, maybe I'm getting ready for a pregame, and I'm not really focused on football. And then, the Chiefs are playing 4:30, I want to watch that, So I guess it's kind of putting a little damper in my plans. Like, I would rather have 8 p.m. Saturday, and then why not do, honestly, have, a noon game on Sunday, too, like an earlier game, or 11 a.m., Like, that would be sick. Let me wake up, have breakfast, and football. But in any case, that's just what they're doing, I suppose. So whatever, dude. Speaking of the games, I guess, Saturday, 4:30 p.m., ESPN or ABC, you'll have the Texans visiting Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. That's going to be pretty interesting. Obviously, Chiefs, we know the deal with them. They're 15-2, haven't lost a game at home, Mahomes, Super Bowls, whatever. But, I mean, I guess early look at that spot. I mean, you going chalk, dude?
On the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are going to win.
Yeah,
I just don't.
Dude.
I don't see the Texans going further in this round, just based on the fact that the last time the Chiefs played them, which was a short time ago, they handled them pretty well. And also just the fact that if you watch the last round, I mean, it was really just a battle of two teams who were shooting themselves in the foot. So, I mean, I really just don't. I think it'll be a little bit competitive to start. But I think ultimately the Chiefs will pull away, like the last game.
I mean, it's interesting too. I mean, you're probably right with that one. I mean, you never know here.
Yeah, I mean,
not for nothing, Chiefs with the year they're having. I mean, I said I wouldn't be surprised if they were knocked out in the first round. I was calling for the first round knockout, to be honest. I think maybe that was a little bit of an emotional call. But as we see time and time again, though, Kansas City here -8. They haven't covered a lot of these bigger spreads they've had all year long. It's been a lot of 6-point, 3-point wins or whatever like that. Or even when they do, or when the spread's 8, they'll win by a touchdown. Okay, so I don't know. It's interesting to see. I mean, with that line, then at night, then you have Detroit Lions Commies. Detroit laying even more, 9.5, dude. I mean, you're taking chalk with that one too.
Yes. Yeah. I can't. I was really, really impressed with Jaden last game. He carved up the Bucks defense all day.
Yeah.
I mean, every time he had the ball, it was like, well, you're kind of screwed. Keep giving him the ball back and see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Lions are just they're gonna take care of business.
Honestly, yeah, I think so too. Not for nothing. I mean of course, we've been rooting for the Baker run here.
Yeah, me too. Sucks.
And not for nothing, dude. He kind of blew it.
Yeah, that fumble.
The fumble.
You can't fumble.
The miscommunication on the jet sweep too.
Yeah.
I think there was even one play too. I think where they snapped the ball on not the count, and then like nobody moved except for unfortunately the commies.
Yeah.
Well, in any case, though, I mean that should be still a good game. It's gonna be tough, dude, if Jaden Daniels gets absolutely like mollywopped,
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, freshman year here, absolutely outstanding year for him. Not to put this guy away at all. Pretty interesting the disparity of ticket prices here. You can see the Chiefs play for $89, but to walk into Ford Field, you're dropping $400.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it really hasn't happened very often.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, just given the fact that it's like, well, it's another divisional weekend in Arrowhead, So,
yeah.
But there, it's a huge deal.
It's another divisional weekend.
I mean, they're so spoiled. So
they
it's
really
like,
are, dude.
Yeah,
ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
Off year for the Chiefs, and they're 15-2, an off year. And I saw, I think last, I forget which game it was, but they showed the quarterback comparison between the Texans and Chiefs, Stroud and Mahomes. And it's like on Mahomes' off year, like every single category, he has better numbers than Stroud.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
And then you have the doubleheader Sunday as well, dude, where you can catch Zach at your local Buffalo Wild Wings, dude. 3 p.m., you'll be seeing the Eagles play the Rams in Lincoln Financial. The Rams are hot, dude. Philly -6.5. What do you got for that, dude? You going chalk as well, or are you going for the Rams?
Part of me wants to go for the Rams, but given the fact that I don't know, they just have a lot of things stacked against them before they even play the game.
Dude.
Going back home, they're kind of displaced from everything because of the wildfires, and now that they're going to be there for a few days on a short week, and then travel all the way back across the East Coast to Philly to play a team that is better than them, in my opinion. Just given the fact that they had a more solid season overall. I think they're the team that is going to make the most noise, just in terms of being a competitor, one of these like higher seeds in the NFC.
Yeah, I think so too.
I just think it's not enough given everything that's been going on, but I think they'll definitely compete. And you never know. I mean, that's what I think, but you really never know because Matt Stafford and McVay know how to win these types of games, and they've done it before. So. And the defense is also getting really hot too, so you never know.
Yeah, I mean they got that championship pedigree, dude, and not for nothing. I mean Sean McVay is a great coach.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great matchup there for sure, dude. And then you got your nightly game, 6:30 p.m. You're going to be at Buffalo, for perhaps I mean game of the season for sure so far. I mean you think about. What's at stake here, obviously, for these teams, but also, what's at stake there for the quarterbacks. A couple teams here that's been playing second fiddle, as you would say, to obviously the Chiefs out of the AFC. When you think of most recent Super Bowl winners there out of the AFC, I mean, the Bills and the Ravens took a back seat, clearly. I mean, that's crazy, dude. And obviously, Vegas here, Baltimore is -1. I mean, it's a flip of the coin, dude.
Yeah, it really is. I'm leaning more towards Baltimore.
Wow.
Just because I don't know. I just think the combo of Lamar and Henry is just like it's the best in the league. And I think when they made that move, it's worked out perfectly. That was to add another wrinkle to the offense that they didn't have. So it's just I mean, I'm leaning towards them, but like you said, it's a total coin flip, and it's really like it's so funny. I saw people saying like this should be what decides the MVP. Just let them,
which is wild, dude.
Let them have a shootout and see what happens. But yeah,
I mean, it's interesting because the like quarterbacks as well as the rest of the team, they do match up pretty well.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously we'll see. You think you're gonna be doing the B-dubs?
Yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere. I mean, I feel like I go to B-dubs so much. I want to change it.
You
up.
try to go Archie Moore's or something.
Yeah,
that would be sweet. Some wangs, dude. Gosh, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But in any case, dude, I think Josh is waiting in the wings here. But I say we get through maybe a frenzy here. Are you ready for the frenzy, dude? Can you do the frenzy?
Yeah.
You'd be jacked up? Let's go, dude.
Yeah.
So what will I here at DTV think for the picks on the divisional round here? Let's find out, okay, in the divisional round. NFL Frenzy. Let's go lay down the gauntlet right here for me, Zachariah, dude.
Oh, you want
You want to intro the games? I mean, I guess I can intro the games if you want to intro the games. You want me to intro the games?
Yes.
I'll intro the games, Zach. All right, dude. Let's go. The Saturday game. Zachary's favorite here. We're going with the Chiefs here. Arrowhead, all right? I said it. They're 15-2, 8-0 at home here. They're laying 8 points. Your total is set at 41.5. Oh, gosh, we know, dude. They're hosting the Houston Texans. And if you want to put some money on the Texans money line here, it's plus 360. Obviously, heavily favorites are the Kansas City Chiefs. You look at the Chiefs, they get the bye, whatever. Last week of the season, Wentz, doesn't really matter, who cares? The Chiefs, day in, day out, week in and week out, have found ways to win. It's going to be hard for me to go against the Chiefs here, but I'm going to have to, okay? I've been saying it all year long. I'm saying Chiefs, okay? Their first playoff game, whatever it may be, obviously ends up being the divisional game here, but they're going to be one and done in the playoffs, and I'm going to stick to it here. And obviously, you may be thinking, Tony, what are you talking about, all right? And I know, dude. When you think about your brains here, obviously, Chiefs better. They win the Texans last week. I mean, not for nothing, dude. They got lucky, all right? Herbert, the 4 interceptions. That's not going to happen this week. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know who they're going to throw to here. But I'm telling you right now, CJ Stroud's going to have a career game, okay? I think he's going to pass, I guess, for a season high 333 through the air. I'm saying he has 4 touchdowns. 1 of them comes from rushing. 3 of them come through the air. Who's he going to throw to? I guess it's going to be Nico Collins, right? You think of the injuries they had. It sucks with Diggs. It sucks with Tank Dell. But I'm telling you right now, Tank Dell is somewhere on the sideline saying, Stroud, get this one for me. Give me the Texans. 2-minute drill at the end of the day here. Stroud gets it done. Texans win this one. I'm going to say 34-31. Texans and the over, baby. Bet the mortgage, Josh B. Let's go next game here. The late night game. FOX, 8 p.m. Lions, Commies, Detroit Field. Yes. Pay the money to get in. It's not often we see the Lions in a divisional playoff round here. And I'm going to go chalk for this one. How do you not? Lions, the year, Campbell, Goff, whatever. I know Commanders, Daniels, bursting on the scene. One of the best rookie quarterbacks we've seen, breaking records left and right as a rookie quarterback. And I know probably early in the season, I probably would have said Dan Campbell kind of makes crazy decisions. Goff, we've seen him have a 4-interception game. Yeah. But I think it's Detroit's time. I would say give me Detroit. Give me, I say they don't cover though. I would say Commies put up a good fight. Not for nothing, Detroit, the injuries, at some point you would anticipate it catches up to them on defense, even though they haven't looked back after all these injuries. I still think it'll be relatively higher scoring in favor of Detroit though. I say give me the Lions. I'll say 28-21. So Lions, they don't cover, and 28-21 is the under as well, I believe. So let me show some defense here, baby. Next game, let's move now to Sunday, dude. The primetime games here, 3 o'clock on your couch. You'll be seeing the Eagles play the Rams, Lincoln Financial. This is pretty crazy, I'm not going to lie here, because we said it, Rams, hot team, pedigree, championship. McVay wildly out-coaching his opponent last week, which is pretty crazy. If you think about it, obviously, I mean, whatchamacallit, not the, who am I thinking of? It doesn't really matter. I'm all over the place right now. Who cares, dude? Yes, the Vikings coach. O'Connell, yes. Massively out-coaching him, dude. You'll love to see that. That's McVay for you, but I'm just going to go with the Eagles. I have to go with the Eagles, dude. They're laying the 6.5. Give me the Eagles. They're going to cover. The total is 43.5. Last time these teams faced, albeit the Rams, a very different team now, but I believe Barkley ran for 255 yards on the ground. Like, are we kidding? Are we kidding? and I don't think they'll find much of an answer to him. And even if they do, you got Hurts who can run, you got Brown downfield, and at this point of the season, I'm over the locker room issues. I don't care, okay? They got to this point based on their acumen right now. Give me the Eagles covering. I think it's going to get a little bit of a fourth quarter pull-away spot, to be honest. Eagles, I'll give them, I'll be sitting in the 30s as well. 34, I'll say 17, to be honest. Eagles, great defense. Best offensive line, arguably, in the league. Best roster in the league, arguably. Yeah. Chalk, all right? Let's go to the late night game. This is what everyone wants to see here. 6:30 p.m., CBS, Paramount, Orchard Park, dude. The Bills, the Ravens. A rematch of week 4, I believe, where the Ravens absolutely destroyed the Bills somewhere in the ballpark of 35-10 maybe. Speaking of Saquon running for 255, I think Henry ran for 199 against the Bills in week 4. Obviously, the Bills also much different team since then. Obviously, Allen has continued to prove himself, limiting those turnovers, continuing driving the ball downfield. An entirely new running back, too, in Cook as well for the Bills. I believe he has just as many touchdowns as Henry, 16, I believe, in the season. So obviously he adds to the offensive prowess of the Bills here. And both these teams match up very well. The MVPs, the records. I want to say maybe the Ravens are a little bit better in terms of maybe receivers downfield, even though Flowers probably isn't going to play. But the Bills at home here, I mean, it's going to be in the fucking teens. I think even in the single digits. I know maybe Baltimore's still used to the cold, but it's the Bills Mafia. It's the snow. They're 8-0 at home here. So how do you not go with the Bills? I think home field advantage is going to be in their favor, obviously. And I do think the fact that the Ravens beat the Bills in week 4, the Bills are out for revenge. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know what the deal was with Amari Cooper. The last time the Bills, I think he had 3 targets for 4 receptions for 8 yards.
Yeah, he didn't do much.
He didn't do much.
Yeah.
But this week, dude, he's going to be the game changer downfield. I can see him having over 100 yards receiving, a couple tutties there. And we know, obviously Josh Allen, he has the ability to run, drop the shoulder. He loves hitting his tight ends as well on those short routes. And Cook will be cooking. And honestly, I'm going to say give me the Bills here. It's going to be tough. It's going to be chalk. Some people say it's going to be up to who has that defensive stop on defense, obviously, or maybe forcing a turnover. I don't think that's going to happen here. I think it's going to be highly offensive game, and I think it's going to be who has the ball in their hands come the end of the game. I think it's the Bills. I think they're rushing downfield. I think it's Allen to Cooper, and I think that's going to be the game there. I say 38-31. Bills take this one. They move on. Possibly MVP. We'll see, though. Obviously, Lamar, great year. But nonetheless, the Ravens go home early, empty-handed. We'll see how the Bills can go past this. But just like that, dude, your divisional round frenzy is in the books. Maybe some kind of wild takes for me here. But nonetheless, I think it's going to be some great football, regardless of the outcome, especially for me as a Jet fan. Not much to root for. I'm just rooting for some great football, for some great games, which I feel like we've seen not many great wild card games last week. A lot of chalk, a lot of blowouts. So I think we're going to have a lot of tightly contested games. I can see maybe the Lions game getting ugly, maybe the Chiefs game getting ugly. If you're rooting for the Chiefs there. But nonetheless, I think this is going to be highly competitive, highly anticipated football this weekend, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Also, like you said, I have no team in the race, so all I want is good football.
Exactly.
Especially those bigger games. I really want the Ravens and Bills to be the game that it's being touted to be.
I think it will be.
I really
it will
hope
live up
so.
to the hype.
I don't want it to be a blowout.
Absolutely
it's
not.
Just gonna suck,
I don't think it will be. We'll find out who also thinks it won't be. And Kev Dew is calling in right now. So I'm going to pick up the phone here. Maybe I was kicked off the Bluetooth. Hold on, stand by. Kev Dew, I'm putting you through the Roadcaster. Come on. Oh, connected. We have Kev Dew on the line, dude. Kev Dew, how are you doing? Good morning.
What up? What it do? What's going on, guys?
Not much, dude. Just got done with our NFL frenzy. So great timing on your part, dude. We're ready We're gonna take some picks in, dude.
Yeah, I know. Josh was supposed to call. He went to go pick up his daughter, and as he was leaving, she was vomiting out in the parking lot. So I was like, "I'll call. Don't worry.
Oh,
take care of your daughter."
Dude, she probably had some dinner, made by Josh himself. Probably upset her stomach.
Nah, I think there's a bug going around.
Oh yeah, there absolutely is, dude. I see it too at Sacred Heart when I'm teaching. All the kids are sick, and these freaking kids out there, man. They sneeze in their hands and they touch stuff.
Wash their hands.
Ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. Nah.
I mean, Josh's daughter probably picks her nose just like her father does, But obviously, we hope everyone's all healthy there. Hopefully, no one else catches anything over there. But I forget. You have to remind me, to be honest. I know. How did we do the format here last weekend? You guys had first pick, and then we did one.
You guys go first. No, we had first pick.
So we go first, and then we alternate.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, dude. So obviously, I'm going to include Zachary here. I mean, do we do this to Lions minus 9.5? Do we just take that right now? Or do we go for a harder pick? Do you want to hit the Bills-Ravens? Just say Bills outright, Ravens outright? Because the spread doesn't really matter in that game, obviously.
Yeah, so you guys don't really have like a set. You don't pick just spread or money line. You just pick whatever you feel. Like,
so we do the spreads.
The spreads.
We do the spreads, yeah. But in that game, -1, Baltimore, the spread doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, it's so tough, dude, because I'm trying to think of like what the best pick is to do here. And I mean, obviously, Rams plus 6.5 is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
To start out with a dog. And I feel like Brian Barnaby would be pretty hyped for that.
Yeah.
I mean, are you comfortable with that pick? Rams plus 6.5?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's your ass. No. All right, here we go, dude. I'm writing that down right there. We're penciling that one in. We're going to do first pick here, the Sunday game, 3 p.m. Rams plus 6.5, dude.
All right, no doubt. That's a good pick. We are going to take the Lions.
Yeah, all right, good. You take the Lions. You lay the 9.5.
We will.
Good, dude. All right, so we got 2 games left. We got the Bills-Ravens. We got Chiefs-Texans. Obviously, I'm going to take my prediction for the Chiefs game I'm not betting with my heart here. I'm betting with my brain. So it's the Chiefs -8, or it's just the pick 'em between the Bills and the Ravens, dude. I mean, honestly, I have a feeling that I'm not trying to be Houdini and try to guess what they would pick if we leave in the Chiefs-Texans game, but I would be comfortable with taking the Bills over the Ravens.
Yeah, I know I said I lean towards the Ravens, but
I mean,
like
Bills
I said, it's
at
a total
home.
coin flip, and they're at home. I'm comfortable taking that too.
All right, so I guess I hope Brian isn't rolling over in his grave right now, or in his bed, or on the beach, the lounge chair. But I guess we'll take the Bills +1 right there, dude.
All right. Well, this is a hard one.
It is tough. The spread is tough.
I'm on the fence. I told Josh one thing, but I think I'm going to change it because I think the Chiefs only covered like 1 or 2 games all year.
That's right.
And that's against sorry teams.
Mm-hmm.
And Texans, they played good second half last year. Let's go with the Texans plus, what is it, 8?
+8, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
+8, we'll take Texans.
All right. Bang, dude. The picks are in. We're a game behind. We had some phenomenal football happening this weekend, dude.
You'll be 2 after today.
Yeah.
After this weekend, you'll be 2 games behind, and then.
Oh yeah, dude. What are you doing for the games? Do you got anything special going on? You going back down to the shore? Or?
No. I'm gonna probably be up here just chilling. It's cold. I'm hoping they'll call me to come to work. It's enough. I was supposed to be off on Monday, but they got us coming in, so that's double time for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's nice though. Double time is nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they call me in on the weekend. So we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be great, dude. What's before I let you go here? What's gonna be your game of the weekend, dude? What's your favorite game to watch? Is it gonna be Ravens Bills?
Yeah, I think that's everyone's favorite game.
It's tough. Yeah. No, I mean, how can it not be? Honestly, the MVP pedigree, the coaching, the running, dude. It's gonna be really interesting, and of course, not for nothing, like. These 2 teams are, you would assume, go on to play the Chiefs too. So it's like, it's very exciting stuff.
Yeah, I just think it's the closest game. Only 1.5. and I think they match up evenly.
Yeah, for
even though Baltimore beat that ass this year once.
Yeah, they did. But it's very hard to beat the same team twice, and not for nothing. I think they were in Baltimore, I believe, for that game, right? They were.
And you took Buffalo. You guys took Buffalo, right?
That's right.
Yep. I hope the Ravens whoop the shit out of Buffalo again.
That's funny. We'll see. We'll see what happens, dude. But it's gonna be a great time nonetheless. I'm pretty stoked for the football games this weekend. But I guess before we let you go, Kev, you got anything else you want to talk about while we're on your phone?
No, not really. I'm just driving my ass to Yonkers to go do a service call.
Nice.
So,
dude.
I had some freed up time. Shout out to let's shout out Bernie on the birth of his child.
Oh my God, that's right,
night.
dude. Congrats to Bernie. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, Mike was giving me updates last night and stuff. That's so sick, dude. He's gotta be so proud. I am proud.
Also, just to let it keep going, Bernie, you can kick rocks too, but I'm happy about the baby.
Yes, we wish obviously nothing but the best to Bernie and his family. Let's freaking go, dude. That's huge.
Of course,
dude.
Of course.
All right,
what do you got planned for the weekend for the games?
I might be going back to Staten Island on Sunday. I think I am actually. I am going to Staten Island. I got my cousin. Stankin' Island, dude. My cousins are coming over. I haven't seen my cousins since before Christmas, so my mom organized like the Christmas extravaganza with just that side of the family. So we're gonna be going to Staten Island. We're ordering Chinese food actually, dude, which is obviously for a Sunday at my household is sacrilegious, but my cousins and my uncle, they all come from Jersey, and they don't get good Chinese food over there. So whenever they come over there,
what part of Jersey?
Fuck, dude. Eatontown?
Oh, yeah, they got crap for Chinese food down there.
Yeah, dude.
You come up North Jersey, got better Chinese food.
Garbage, dude. The best restaurant near her is a White Castle. Okay, dude?
Tell them they need to move.
Yeah, no, for sure. I don't know what's the obsession with people moving to Jersey. Ridiculous, dude. But it should be, nonetheless, dude, great family fun. And, of course, I mean, I'm stoked for the Chinese food as well because I don't get great Chinese food here either, so.
You don't get great pizza neither up there, so, I mean, what's the difference?
I literally, dude, like, honestly, I'm starving over here in this state. But Kevin, I appreciate the call in, dude. Drive safe to Yonkers here.
No doubt, my brother.
Peace out, dude. I'll talk soon.
All right, brother. Peace.
Later. That was Kev Dew calling in, dude, which is great. Love Kev Dew call-ins. Great job there. And obviously, I hope Josh's daughter's all right, dude. Yeah. I mean, listen, you gotta be careful, Josh. You're making chicken, you give your kids food poisoning, dude. I don't know, man. You gotta be careful with that, dude. But in any case, I say it's pretty much around the NFL, dude. I mean, what do you think about some of the coaching changes around the NFL?
It's so funny because I was talking to my friends like the night before Vrabel got hired.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Where's Vrabel going?" And I was like, "Vrabel's a Patriot."
Yeah.
Like I was so confident in that, just given his ties there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, true, very true.
And then the next morning it broke, and I was like, I was like, I called that. No, but yeah, that I don't know. It just didn't shock me. I mean, I know he interviewed with the Jets, but I don't know if you want to be working in that organization
I don't think
right now.
he wanted to.
So yeah, I was pretty confident that that he was going there, especially since they canned Mayo. I kind of figured that was their next move.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Sorry, I was just looking something up.
Oh, you're good.
In any case, dude, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be tough to see what happens with the Jets, dude. I mean, freaking Ulbrich is getting interviewed. It's just like, oh my god, dude. And then the whole, what's his face? Oh god, why am I blanking on names here? Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know about.
I mean, it's just tough, dude. I mean, obviously, it's a real fucking clown show.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, dude. And it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you just want someone who's just like also like just kind of low key, you know?
Yes.
Like, you don't want someone who, I mean, obviously, if he gets the head coaching job for the Jets, he's probably not going to be, I guess, on ESPN as much. I don't know, but he may still have a spot once a week on the ESPN radio. And it's like why do you want that out there, dude?
Yeah.
When the Jets get fucking blown out in week 1.
Yeah.
And then you have Rex Ryan coming on talking about it, and his nonsense is just like, I don't know, dude. It's not for nothing. Like, he's badmouthed Rodgers this year, which obviously you can. You have your right to your opinion. obviously some type of sportscaster. What show is he on? Get Up? Is that the show he's on? Get Up? Is it with Greening? Get Up? I don't know.
Yeah, he's on. He does like the NFL pre-show on Sundays too.
Yeah.
So
and then
I know he jumps around, but he's an ESPN guy.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know, dude. I mean, it's tough. It's tough, and obviously, as Jets fans, you're looking at him, and it's like, when he was coaching the Jets, I mean, it was better times.
Yeah.
AFC Championship games. And with a good roster, great defense, and a marginal quarterback, So it's like, imagine what he could do if you do have a Rodgers who comes back and it's like has just a good year, like a good, clean year of no nonsense and can figure it out with his receivers. But I don't know, man. I mean, it's you can dive into that problem for hours, dude, because it's like, I mean, does he really have a good rapport with his receivers? I mean, I don't know. Is Garrett Wilson really happy over there? I don't know, dude. I mean, I would imagine he's happy because they had a shit season, but is he like on the same page? They had so many like chemistry errors during the regular season where it's like, when are they going to be on the same page? Are they like, resonating with each other outside of the field? The disparity of age, does that play a factor? Rodgers is a fucking quack. Does that play a factor?
I really think, I don't know, because I feel like Rodgers has always been like, he's had good relationships with wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it comes down to where he's at in his career right now, his age, his level of play.
Yeah, for sure.
I just feel like the best bet for them is to not go back with Rodgers. Just start fresh, get a young quarterback, find someone in free agency if you want to. I don't know, but I just feel like Rodgers coming back again, I just feel like the damage is already done there. I mean, you could try, but I don't know. It's just the culture around everything I've heard from the locker room. There were players saying they didn't want to be there. I mean, that can't have nothing to do with Rodgers. It honestly has a lot to do with Rodgers.
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude.
I mean, I don't know. I don't see him going back there next year and giving it another go. I mean, he could, but he's only getting older and he's limited in what he can do. I just think what would benefit them best is to go and get a younger quarterback through free agency, or if you want to draft somebody. Yeah, I don't know. It sucks.
It really does suck. It's tough, especially for not for nothing, a quarterback at that caliber of Aaron Rodgers to see him just struggle so much. And obviously the fact that his age is obviously playing a factor here. I mean, not for nothing, dude. I understand the Achilles injury is tough for anyone at any age. Hard to come back from, and it's crazy that he did come back from that.
Yeah.
But every time I see him get hit, which is a lot, by the way, because the offensive line sucks. It's like, dude, he's getting up, and it's just, it seems like he has two broken bones while he's getting, oh my God. And it's like, you gotta tip your hat to the guy for going out there and doing this.
Yeah.
And it's not, because it's not just Rodgers. Like, that's also the problem with the Jets. It's everything.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if Rodgers did have a good offensive line.
Yeah.
He probably would have never got hurt, the first game. Like, honestly, if he just didn't have constant pressure on him, he probably would be doing a lot better. If he had receivers, honestly, that were better as well. I mean, we've seen Wilson just drop passes. If not perfect, just had a better defense. They had a better owner.
Well, I think
that's really what it comes down to. I mean, we know about Woody and the oh my God, the articles about him listening to Twitter and Madden ratings. I mean, it's a fucking joke, dude. It really is.
Yeah.
Absolutely madman over there, dude.
Yeah.
But in any case, we'll see what happens. Obviously, we're onward and upward with the Jets, and we're focused on the divisional games here, the actual entertainment, the actual good stuff. And before we switch gears, we have a few comments here.
Yes.
It looks like we have Jason in the house. He says, "Let's go."
What's going on, Jason?
Yeah, dude. Good to hear from you. Glad you're tuning in here. We also have Danny V, dude. The new proud father, Bernie, dude. Good morning, fellas. He says, Kev do kick rocks. He's laughing his ass off. Thank you, my brothers. Love y'all. Ditto, dude. The feeling is mutual, Danny. He also says, Tony, stop at Crispy in Brooklyn before you go to Staten Island. He's talking about Crispy Pizza in Brooklyn. I've never been to, but I've seen them on like social media and stuff. I've seen a bunch of people go there. It does look great. The square pizza. I've seen a lot of their square stuff. I don't know if they only do square. I know their deal. But I mean, my God, you Google them, you look up some photos here, and it just looks mouth-watering. I guess it looks like Barstool was there. Crispy pizza. They do have the round pie he tried, it looks like. The round pie looks like your pretty basic like round pie there. And you know what, dude? This is, I'm not realizing, I know the owner. I've seen the owner before on social media. Yep, these are their dudes with the other kids in the background, the slick back hair. They're Italian, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it looks so fucking good, though, dude. There is no... Oh, man, dude. Pizza's so freaking good. Well, in any case... Josh B. also commented here. He says J and P in Matawan. J and P, really? Let's see. Let's look up J and P, dude. Have you frequent Jersey ever? Have you ever been to Jersey?
When I was younger, we used to go to Ocean City every summer.
Yes, Ocean City, New Jersey.
Yes, and I loved it growing up. We've been to Manasquan too. So like those like beach towns and stuff like that. We always used to do that.
The beach towns are nice. I will give you that. Oh shit, J&P is a Chinese restaurant, dude. Oh my God, dude, Chinese food is also so good. It's kind of ridiculous. They look kind of cool, I guess. It looks a little rinky-dinky inside, which honestly, in my opinion, dude, some of the best Chinese food I've ever had has been in like the shittiest fucking restaurants, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just one place. Oh man. Oh, there's one place on Staten Island. Not my favorite place to go to, but they do have like their dumplings are some of the best dumplings I've had. And it's called Happy Fortune 2. Where's the first one? I don't know. It's not on Staten Island. I have no idea. But it's Happy Fortune 2. It's in my mom's hair salon. So like sometimes when I was working over the summers, receptionist, whatever, they're like, I need some lunch. I would just go there and get like just an order of dumplings, just have that. But it's literally, you walk in, dude, and it's a takeout place. So you walk in and you're at the front counter immediately, and there's like a little like stand up table, whatever. But like there's like if you like they don't clean the restaurant ever. I'm telling you right now, dude, because if you look at the thermostat, there's like a 3-inch layer of dust on it. And I'm like, damn, dude, like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But your food is so delicious. Yeah. So in any case, dude, Josh B says thank you, Tony, for the happy wishes. Yeah, dude, fucking, whatever, man. But yeah, dude, salivating here. In any case, I think it is time to switch gears here. We have a lot more to get to. So let's go toss it over now to the world of the NHL, baby.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle. Great hit. Cameron. It's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink wide. Made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pastrnak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Are you you prefer pizza over Chinese, you think?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you do for Chinese around here?
I kind of bounce around. There's a couple different.
Is there any
spots.
places in Trumbull that you frequent? Maybe like a family one. And
There's a hibachi place in Trumble Center actually.
Well, hibachi isn't really Chinese food.
Oh, it's yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You like hibachi?
Yeah. I
show.
Yeah.
It's
pretty solid.
No, it's cool.
I'm definitely more of a pizza guy though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Have you been to Sakura in Westport?
I don't think I have. No, I've heard of it, but I haven't been.
Yeah, no, it is a great hibachi spot. I haven't been there probably in it's probably been 2 years, but it's ridiculously good. Like their food is so good, and it's just great. The drinks. It's funny because I've been there once without the hibachi, just like you just order the food.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know, man. It's just. I mean, I know the food is the same, but it doesn't taste the same when it's not like made in front of you like
on
that.
the grill.
Like, there's something about it, And he's like, you literally washing him rice, and here it is, right? The fucking grill to your hand sort of deal. So in any case, dude, I hope to get back there soon, to be honest. But it's tough, dude. I probably would choose pizza over Chinese food too.
Yeah.
But boy, is it close.
It is, especially when I haven't had. I feel like I have pizza a lot, so like Chinese food, it's like a specialty for me because I'm like, I haven't had it in a while, but yeah, no, it's still pizza for me because that's like my favorite food. So
it is tough. And then when you think about like cost effectiveness too,
yeah, it's so
because
expensive,
especially
Chinese
like, dude,
food.
Chinese food is really
especially
expensive
around here.
Yeah, dude. And they fucking know, dude. Like, my favorite place on Staten Island, Empire East, like, I hands down, like, I still think the best Chinese I've ever had. They, of course, during COVID, you know, of course, just like any other Chinese restaurant, who's open when every other restaurant's closed? The Chinese restaurants.
Yeah.
So they were like the only restaurant that was open at the time and doing takeout orders and stuff. So like they jacked up their prices.
Yeah.
And they haven't changed it since, dude. Because they,
They
fucking
never went
know
back down.
people
Yeah.
just like, it
They're
doesn't
gonna pay
matter.
for it
They're going to pay for it
anyways.
anyway.
Yeah.
So it literally, like, you go there, get your dinner soda, get your dumplings, maybe a wonton
Yeah.
soup, and it's all of a sudden it's $70. And you're like,
It's
what
absurd.
the fuck is that, dude?
Yeah.
When I can drop like 35 for like 2 pies here.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't I just do that?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Starving. Tommy Donovan comes in here. Chinese is top tier leftover food, though. Got to award some points for that. It is top tier leftover food. I will say sometimes, like, for me, heating up like General Tso's chicken, I don't know if you do General Tso's, that always kind of heats up a little weird in the microwave. I always end up like putting it in a pan, you steam it a little bit, but then it's like, I don't know. But obviously dumplings heated up, lo mein, the rice, dude.
Yeah.
I've been a big proponent recently of the leftover white rice. I got a wok at home. I make some fried rice on my own, you know, soy sauce, some chili paste, or some chicken in there, some egg. That's fire. All of a sudden, you got, you know, another meal ahead of you, which is great. And I thought the pizza heats up great too. Pizza is great.
Yeah.
I love pizza cold, to be honest. I don't know about you.
I was gonna say, yeah.
There's nothing like, oh man, I remember coming home back in my, you know, extra fat boy days in high school. Come home from school. And fucking, there's just pizza in the fridge. Grab a cold slice with a nice root beer, and you just fucking right before I hop on COD or something.
Yeah.
So sick. Josh B is a fan of the toasted egg rolls, dude. Those are great.
Yeah.
Heated up too. You fucking put the egg roll in a pan, and you get nice crispy edges, dude. And then you just dunk it in some duck sauce, maybe a little bit of that spicy mustard. Go to absolute town. When I was a kid, my brother used to take out all the guts of an egg roll and just eat the fried, like a maniac,
shell?
dude. Yeah, the shell.
How do you even do
shell.
that?
I don't
without
know,
it
dude. It was
breaking?
wild. Yeah, exactly. It was so wild. It was like a process.
Yeah.
He would cut it in half and scoop out all the shit, and then he would just like carefully dunk it in the duck sauce, and you have like a pool of duck sauce in there and eat it. You're eating fried dough and duck sauce, or egg roll and duck sauce.
Yeah.
I would have the cabbage. I would have all the innards.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
yeah,
you
of
fucking
course.
give me that shit. I'll eat it. But in any case, dude, enough with the food here. Go on for hours, dude.
Yeah.
The house special lo mein with the fucking shrimp, dude, is so good. But let's get into some hockey here. A big game last night for the Rangers here. A tremendous road trip for the Rangers as well. And we'll get into that, you know, obviously after we recap this game, though, against Utah. They're on the road in Utah. They defeat the Utah Hockey Club 5-3, which, in my opinion, you know, Utah, in my opinion, I mean, I guess the Rangers have a similar record, but Utah has, you know, a couple of good players on it, I suppose. You know, Mikhail Sergachev was a big pickup from not Toronto, Tampa Bay. Oli Mata, I guess, is a veteran defender. They have Clayton Keller, who's good. Who's like Logan Cooley, I guess, is another young player, not to be confused with Will Cooley, who had a goal last night, who's been good. We know about Keller. I guess Matthias Maselli, I don't know much about. I think we actually have one of his cards. But he put 2 in last night. I guess he's a 24-year-old out of Finland, dude. 3rd season in the league. He's at 15 points on the season. It doesn't say he was drafted or anything. Interesting. Excuse me. In any case, dude, good victory here for the Rangers. Pretty interesting game. We were watching it here at the studio, Mike and I, as we were kind of setting up and doing some work and whatever. But speaking of Maselli here, he nets the first 2 goals for the hockey club here. Panarin did score after the first one, but earlier on, just a minute into the first period, you see Matthias here netting a puck. Which is pretty interesting. Those first 2 goals, you know, obviously you can talk about a little bit of a breakdown in defense maybe, but that'll happen, you know. But it was really 2 odd goals that Igor probably should not have given up. And they kind of talked about it in the intermission too. Igor was kind of doing this thing where, again, maybe it was just something maybe him and Benoit, the goaltending coach, talked about. But he was doing this thing where he was kind of coming out maybe being more aggressive. And like I said, maybe that was a strategy that he was trying out to help out the team. But it was the way it was being explained is that, you know, you kind of have, you know, you have that blue crease you're in your box. but he was coming outside of that box. And all of a sudden, you know, the ice, the actual white ice outside the box is a little bit more like slippery. It's not as worn down, you know? So you have less grip, less movement on your edges. And you can see it because Igor would make one save and he'd be just kind of sliding now because he's out in the open ice and he's not able to get back. And because of that, you get two goals off of rebounds because the net's wide open on the other side, you know? So kind of a weird scenario there for Igor. And I guess he kind of maybe there's a mistake because, you know, the rest of the game he kind of fixed it a little bit, I suppose. You know, you see him in the second, third period, he's a little bit more inside of his own net, staying there. And then he has the ability to use his edges, to get that grip and, you know, to block a shot, get to the other side of the net, block the next one. But in any case, you know, again, you know, if that was a plan that he was trying, whatever, it doesn't really matter now. They won. And obviously a little unsettling to see then. Because boy, it was like, oh my God. I was like, dude, if Igor starts shitting the bed now, like it's fucking season over. But in any case, you know, you had Matthijs, like I said, score that first goal. About 2 minutes later, maybe almost 3 minutes later, you had Artemi Panarin net one. That was fucking nice. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't know if you've been keeping. Have you been watching in the minute a little bit of hockey?
I keep up with it on social media. But I've been so locked in on the NFL. It's like where all my focus is. Like even the NBA is kind of taking a back seat right now.
It makes sense.
I keep up with everything.
Did you see any highlights from this game last night?
The only thing I really saw was they were giving like Rosen a big like standing O.
That's right. Yeah.
I saw that, but I didn't hear like what was going on in the game.
And Rosen, this is his last year commentator. And this is gonna be probably an unpopular opinion. But I think it's a little bit his time to retire. You know, I'm not to say he's bad by any means, but he has been. I mean, the last I want to say 3 seasons, I've just been noticing, you know, little mess ups. That again, not because he's bad. But it's just you see it with age. You know, the brain just does not, you know, doesn't fire as quick as it used to be.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, dude, I mean, it's the same deal. It's, you know, like Al Michaels. You know, sometimes he has bad games, but then there's glimpses. There's like, you know, there's things he says that you're like, wow, that's like all time, like back in the day, Sam Rose and Al Michaels. Like this is prime, you know. So it's still there, but again, I mean, like anyone else, you know, it's time to retire, dude. It's not an easy job. I mean,
definitely not.
Every day you're working hard, dude. You got countless numbers and names all in here, dude.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like that don't really see the other side of it. They think that these guys just show up and call the games. There's
Ridiculous.
so much prep that goes into just calling one game, you know.
And not for nothing. I mean, you know, we experience it obviously at a collegiate level.
Yeah.
But that's like once or twice a week, you know, 2 games on a weekend. You know, you're talking about every other day. You're traveling, new teams, new players, minor leagues, up and downs, international signings. And that's just the games in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like that's just the game that's in front of you. Not to mention anything else that's happening in terms of storylines around the league that you need to be aware of. You know, you really do. I think it's an art that a lot of layman people don't really understand. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. Can do shit. But you know who did do it? Artemi Panarin. That is 18th goal of the season. Obviously, you want more out of him, I think, at this point of the year, but nonetheless, he's doing good. And this goal was huge. I think that this was a goal that you don't normally see from the Rangers offense, especially because, I mean, I don't know where I was going with that, but in any case, the way the goal was working is that I believe that the line, I think Panarin, I want to say Trocheck was on the line with them. It was Trocheck, I think, Lafreniere, and Panarin. But I believe Trocheck was one who dumps it in. And then they had like a successful forecheck, which I mean, I don't see very often at the Rangers. I don't think they forecheck very well. And if they do forecheck well, they don't get opportunities immediately after the forecheck. But this time they did, dude. I believe, I forget who it was. The defender. I think it was Mikhail Sergachev who kind of hesitated a little bit and ended up blowing it. But he's behind his own net, I think. And Trocheck with the pressure gives it up. Lafreniere follows in on the other end. So they try to get rid of it. Lafreniere is right there. And then who's trying him? Panarin, like right in front of the net. So it literally went dump in to Lafreniere with the steal, give it to Panarin, rips it over under the glove, over the pad of Vedmelka. Which I believe they've been pronouncing Vemelka. I guess the J is silent. I wasn't aware of that. But in any case, That was an absolutely great goal, and that was really a theme, I think, for the goals against Vebmelka, because I feel it seems like anything up high, anything that was elevated, he was just not able to handle. He had a very poor game, in my opinion, because there was a few goals. You know, the Riley Smith one that was later on shorthanded, great fucking job there. Let's see who was the assist on that goal. Let's see. Was it cool? No, it was Braden Schneider had the stretch pass to Riley Smith, shorthanded, breaks away, and takes a shot out, you know, from the blue line almost, maybe top of the circle, let's say. But again, like little elevation over the glove of Vebmelka. And at that point, that was a game-tying goal right there, I guess, to do a little bit of a fast forward. But before that first period, after Matthias' second goal, Arthur Kaliev, then his first one as a Ranger, and that was another one. I think Hedel took a shot from far out. Vebmelka just couldn't handle it, and I think it was kind of trickling in. Kaliev was right there, put it in the net, and that was great. You know, first goal as a Ranger there. Arthur, dude, grew up on Staten Island. I don't know if you were aware of that, dude. This guy.
I did not know
I'm
that.
trying to remember. I want to say he's from Sweden. I guess I can look it up right now. But his family immigrated to the city in hopes of a better life, and they found a home on Staten Island. And he lived there, I think, between 3 and 15 or 3 and 12. And I forget where they moved to, maybe Minnesota or something, I forget. But nonetheless, obviously, pretty cool story. I believe he gets drafted by the Kings and then got waived. Rangers pick him up. He is from Uzbekistan.
Damn.
10 minutes on Uzbekistan.
Huh?
10 minutes, Uzbekistan right now. You got anything?
No.
No.
I got nothing.
Yeah. How's their Chinese food? Probably not that good, dude. So in any case, you got to be happy for that. Arthur's been playing okay. I was watching, you know, obviously some highlights of him with his limited time with the Kings. It seems that I forget who they had to make room for. That's why they waived him. I forget, dude. But nonetheless, dude, I mean, obviously it's paying dividends here now for the Rangers. And look at the rest of this game. You know, going into the third period, Rangers were down 3-1. And, you know, that goal in the second period, I believe, was the power play goal. Yeah, by Cooley. I mean, that was, again, not much you could do there. I mean, Clayton Keller just laid down a phenomenal no-look pass to Cooley, who is, you know, again, man advantage, open in front of the net, and he just rips one with no hesitation. Not much you can do there, but they take the lead 3-2. And then third period, I mentioned the Riley Smith goal. That was crazy. Shorthanded, didn't expect that. And then Chris Kreider nets one, which was great. That was actually a really impressive goal, dude. That is what Chris Kreider should be doing every fucking night. And that's his 14th there, off the faceoff. Sam Carrick wins it, I think. And then goes right back to Kreider, and he just uses his speed immediately, burst of speed, and uses his power as well. I think Cole was the defender on him, who was obviously a little bit late to get to the spot, but stick was down, and Kreider just overpowers the stick check. The puck actually deflects a little bit, but it just gets powered through, goes high over Vebmelka, and that was making it 4-3 right there. Excuse me, and then Panarin at the end, the empty netter, gets his 19th, 2 goals last night. You love to see that out of Panarin. You know, bolsters his stats. Tommy Donovan says it right here. Big third period. I mentioned 5 of the 6 possible points on the West Coast swing is huge. And you have a big weekend coming up too. A couple good teams you'll be playing. I think Canadiens. I forget who they're playing on Saturday. Canadiens, I think, are Sunday. But in any case, dude, you know, it was a big third period, and Igor came up with a few big saves at the end there. It was the classic, you know, Utah empty netter, the man advantage trying to tie it up late in the game. Igor stayed true, like I said, and any problems it seemed like that he had in the first period were gone by the second period. So obviously doing some work and adjustments in the intermissions here to keep a middling Utah Hockey Club team at bay here. So you enjoy the win, you sulk in it. There's still a lot to work on. I think there was a 2-man advantage, 5-on-3 the Rangers had, and they come up with absolutely fucking nothing. I think they had maybe 2 shots on goal. Their power play was terrible. Were they 0 for 3, 0 for 4 in the power play? Let's see what they got going on here. took up some team stats here because it was they were 0 for 3 in the power play. Fucking pathetic, dude. No, it really is. And I'm pretty sure that Kreider goal, I think, was right after a power play was over, too. So it's like, what are we doing, dude? You're scoring on 5-on-5, and you can't score in the power play. You gotta tighten it up a little bit, dude. I would have liked to see just more offensive production in general. Again, imagine if they did, I think they had maybe total 3 power plays, 5 shots on goal, let's say, which is probably even too much to give them. Yeah, they got to get more. They have to get more shots on goal for sure. That 5-on-3 man advantage. There were times I'm screaming at my monitor, fucking shoot, dude. And they just kept passing. And it's 5-on-3 for Christ's sake. So, there's still some just frustrating things. But like Tommy is saying, you definitely, you enjoy the win. You enjoy for taking the points. I haven't taken a look at the NHL standings recently. Probably because the Rangers aren't in high standing here. If you look here at the Metropolitan, I guess they did jump over Pittsburgh with that win. They have 45 points here. They're behind the Flyers by 1. Columbus has more points than them, 50 points, which is really embarrassing, by the way. But in terms of a wild card position, they're still on the outside looking in. They're probably about 5 points outside of a wild card spot. You have Columbus with 50 points in the wild card spot. They're even ahead of Boston with the second wild card spot, who has 49 points. And honestly, dude, in terms of winning the division, you got Washington that seems to be running away with it right now. They're not stopping. I believe now Ovechkin, who scored yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, I think he's 21 goals now away from Gretzky's record, which is just ridiculous. And then you have the Devils, who are a good team too. I know they're on a 2-game losing streak right now. In their last 10 games, I think they were 3-4-3. So going through it perhaps. But nonetheless, they're still a very talented team. Good youth, good veteran talent, good goaltenders now. So a good goaltender, I should say. So it's going to be tough to catch anyone in the Metropolitan. I guess we'll see what happens. Rangers may be playing for that wild card spot, but I guess you never know. Caps could take a dip, Devils could take a dip, Rangers could go on a run just like that. And like I said, Rangers have a couple games coming up here. Which is pretty good. And we'll get to it, but I guess let's just look around the rest of the NHL. I believe there was a 13-game spot, a baker's dozen yesterday. Speaking of the Blue Jackets, 50 points here on a heater. They beat the Sharks 4-1, dude. That's a great score for them. Like I said, they've been hot. James Van Riemsdyk, 2 goals last night. Elvis Merzlikins, their goaltender, we've been pretty hot on for Columbus. 18 saves last night, only facing 19 shots from the Sharks. So obviously, it's the Sharks not facing a ton of shots on goal, but able to deflect or save those regardless. The Canadiens beating the Stars. The Montreal Canadiens, a team the Rangers will be facing on Sunday. Obviously, I mentioned it. They're a very hot team, 22-18-4. They also have a good goaltender, Sam Montembeault. He's been great for them. Another guy, just like Elvis, we've been kind of hot on in terms of goaltenders. And, between Suzuki and Cole Caulfield, they've had some great youthful talent. But those guys were not necessarily on the score sheet last night. Newhook was the first star of the game. He had a goal last night. And they had the backup tender Dobbs. He started. He had 32 saves last night in the victory. So that was great for them. Stars, I guess they fall here. They're 28-15-1. They've been fine, but out of the West, they've been very competitive. I wouldn't expect anything to go wrong there, to be honest. Devils, a team I mentioned on a 2-game losing streak, they lost a tough one in OT to the Toronto Maple Leafs last night, 4-3. Austin Matthews, 2 goals. William Nylander, 2 goals and an assist. Those are the usual suspects there. Obviously, lots of offensive production. Nico Hischier had 2 goals last night for the Devils, but obviously all for naught with the OT winner. Nylander scored the OT winner for a second goal. That's great for him. Nylander, a dominant force here in the NHL for sure. Where the Maple Leafs will end up, who knows? A team notorious for blowing it down the stretch of the season, blowing it in the first round of the playoffs. But at 28-16-2, they've been up there with the better teams around the NHL. So, good for them. We'll see what they have. Speaking of the better teams in the NHL, the Washington Capitals won in overtime. I mentioned Ovi's goal. It was a game-winning OT goal, his 874th goal I should say. In OT for the Caps, netting the victory here. Obviously, great job there. Lindgren's been great in between the pipes for them. Strome's been good. Wilson, we know the usual suspects there. They have some younger talent, too, that has been stepping up. And boy, with being someone who's young right now on that team, who you literally watched Ovechkin when you grew up, to be there now, to see him about to break one of the records that was thought to never be broken in sports. I mean, how do you not just step up and play better for this man? The Capitals' ceiling, I think, is very high, which is why they're 30-10-5 right now, and head of the Metropolitan, top team of the East. It's gonna be tough for sure. Senators fall to 22-18-4. By the way, they may be on the outside looking in here. They have a serious attitude problem, I think, on that team. We've been talking a lot about Brady Tkachuk and how he could be an asset to the Rangers, even though all those rumors about him being traded seem to be either false or speculative, because the Senators came out and said they're not shopping Tkachuk at all. But nonetheless, dude, he does seem to have an attitude problem. His mental game isn't really all there. Gets frustrated very easily, a lot of penalty minutes. And I think he has one of the worst plus minuses on the ice this season. But we'll see. I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate. Speaking of not entirely accurate, the Ducks fall in a shootout, 4-3 to the Lightning, dude. I guess good for the Ducks for getting into the shootout. Obviously, a inferior team to the Lightning. Vasilevsky, good game. 34 saves on, 38 shots on goal, I should say. Whatever. Lightning's been kind of a middling team. They've been on a good stretch. They've cooled off. I'm not really high on them. Obviously, Nikita Kucherov is great. He's, I think, the point leader in the league, I believe. But nonetheless, dude, I guess good for the Lightning. 4-3 shootout. Jake Gensel filling your face for the Penguins. His shootout goal was the game winner there. Speaking of familiar faces here, Patrick Kane gets a goal and has an assist here in a 5-2 victory against the Panthers. This would have been a sweet little underdog bet here. I don't know if I was high on this one, but the Red Wings, I've been saying the Panthers are kind of going through it a little bit in terms of losses. They fall 5-2. I mentioned the record was down to 26-17-3. Red Wings on a heater. I mentioned Kane, goal and assist. Larkin, 2 goals and assist. Another familiar face, Cam Talbot, 41 saves on 43 shots there. Good job for him. The Flyers take care of business at UBS against the Islanders. They win 5-3. Couturier there, number one star and a goal and assist there for him. Horvat, goal and assist for the Islanders, but all for naught. Second period was tough there for the Islanders. Gave up 3 unanswered. Moving on there, the Blues extinguished the Flames. They win 4-1. Braden Shen, 2 goals there. Holloway with 2 assists. Jordan Kyrou, a goal, showcasing his speed there. Flames, just absolutely nothing going on offense there. Next game in the shootout, the Predators beat the Blackhawks. Blackhawks can't fucking buy a game, it seems. They fall 14-28-3 here. In the shootout, they go up 2-1 in the second period, give up an unanswered goal in the third. OT, obviously nothing. Steven Stamkos for the win in the shootout. That's what you hire the veteran for. Let's take a quick look at his season that's been nothing short of disappointing. I guess for him, 29 points in the season, not great. 15 goals, 14 assists. Obviously some work to do, some time left in the rest of the season. But the Predators, boy, do they seem like a team that's going to be on the outside looking in, as they are second to last in the Central, just ahead of the Blackhawks. So they'll have some work definitely need to be done in that competitive Western Conference. Next game here, the Jets. They big get right spot for the Jets here. They win 2-1 here, almost losing to the Kraken, but a goal in the second, a goal in the third here, and leaning, on their tender here. Dylan DeMello, by the way, nets a last-minute winner for the Jets to put them up 2-1. I guess good job for Joey Decord for the Kraken, but they fall to 19-24-3. The Jets improved to 31-12-3. One of the top records around the league for sure. And good job for the Jets. I mean, they have a great first line. Kyle Connor, we've seen him with the first period hat trick last week, I believe. Hellbuck, we know the goaltender. But sticking around in terms of Canadian teams, the Oilers were on the road in Colorado. They beat the Avs 4-3. Evan Bouchard, goal and assist there as the D-man. Nathan McKinnon, 2 goals for Colorado, but it was not enough as the Avs net 3 goals in the first period, but don't score again and give up 3 unanswered of their own. Over the course of the next two periods, Oilers 4-3, good for them. Similar records between both teams, I should say. So good job for there. The Canucks of Vancouver continue to struggle, Zach. They lose to the Kings 3-1. The Kings, baby. They've been my dark horse team for the past 2 years in terms of playoff contention and cup contention. But you have to see what you see from them. 25-12-5 is their record right now. Turcotte for LA, 2 goals and assist. Adrian Kempe, goal and assist. Kevin Fiala, goal and assist for LA. So the Kings just coming at the Canucks from basically every aspect of the ice here. And the Canucks is interesting. One of the top teams in the league last season. Literally, I think one of the best records coming out of the West, one of the favorites to win the Cup. Thatcher Demko, their goaltender, goes down before the playoffs with a broken ankle maybe or a knee injury. Misses the playoffs. They lose in the first round to the Oilers, I think, in 7 games.
Yeah.
And boy, has it been downhill for them ever since then. They had re-signed JT Miller, who had a tremendous career year for them last year. They re-signed Elias Pettersson, who had a tremendous year for them. Elias Pettersson, I think, one of the top paid players in the league. I think he's getting $11.5 million until 2030. JT Miller, I think, is getting $8.5 or $9 million, somewhere around there. And again, until 2028, I think. And these two guys apparently fucking hate each other right now. There's a significant locker room problem in Vancouver. They've had issues even with Thatcher trying to remain healthy. Good morning, as there's a dog entering the studio. I'm not sure whose dog or what kind of dog it is. It's Sharon's dog. Sharon's in the building, freshly back from Disney World, I think. He's been back, hasn't been here, though. What does he care about us? He's got the family. He's got everything he needs. Doesn't need us. But it's good to see Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Good morning. Happy Friday. Oh. In any case, we got Tommy calling in. Canucks, dude. They're trying to get rid of JT or Pettersson. I don't know how they're going to move any of those contracts, but it should be pretty interesting. We got Tommy hot in the line. Dude, Tommy, what's going on?
What's up, boys? Good morning.
Good morning, dude. Happy Friday, dude.
Happy Friday. Missed you for a couple of days.
Yeah, dude. We've been busy, some outsourced shoots, but definitely stoked to be back here on this Friday, and stoked to have Brian back certainly for next week as well. What's
awesome.
going on, bud?
Well, no, you were chopping the puck. I didn't want to interrupt you on your around rundown.
Mm-hmm.
But that was, first of all, that West Coast trip for the Rangers,
mm-hmm.
they made the best of it, getting 5 assists. But it's actually funny because the way I look at it, watch games, they should have won against Colorado and probably should have lost to Utah.
Yeah. Honestly, they probably should have lost against Utah. Is right. And it's funny that Colorado game was definitely tough. You know, even Mike stayed up late to watch that one. He was pretty disappointed.
But, you know, I know they didn't make like really big splashes, and I still think there might be one, but Vecchio is really impressive defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And Kaliev, I like the way he plays. He's not a super physical, but seen him, you know, win some board battles, and
mm-hmm.
Lafreniere can wake the hell up. That'd be I think we can actually write this because they're only 5 points out of a wild spot, but they do have a ton of teams to jump over.
Yeah, they have some tough teams to jump over, certainly. You know, we were just looking at the standings there for the wild card. I mean, you see who's in front of them. You know, Montreal, who's been, you know, playing really well. Detroit's been playing pretty well right now. And obviously, I mean, the Blue Jackets have been playing really well. And I don't know if that would continue. I know they got a lot of young talent on the Blue Jackets, but you know, you have the Bruins you got to jump over as well. So it should be pretty interesting. And I mean, who knows? I mean, the Penguins are a point behind you too. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see kind of how, I guess, the rest of it kind of pans out for the wild card. I mean, I really don't see them turning it around enough to win this division, especially with how the Capitals just have not really stopped at all this season. But I do like the way our defense is playing. I mean, it is a little bit better. I do like Will Borgen as well. And like you said, Vakanainen has been playing, I think, very well in terms of defense. I mean, they've been covering, for the most part, I think a little bit more of the middle of the ice. I know there's still some tough shifts out there. But I like Arthur too. I mean, Kaliev is, like you said, he's been winning little battles along the boards, which is something the Rangers have not been doing well really all season. He also seems to know when to shoot the puck too, which is great. What did you think of that 5-on-3 power play last night? Because I was pulling my hair that they didn't score on that one, dude.
Dude, I was screaming at the television.
Yeah, I mean,
like five. There is so much space. Like I don't know. I don't know what like their thought process. It just came back out to the point. Nobody walked in. A circle and just shoot. Get a rebound. Get a dirty. It's all right.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be finesse every time.
You're absolutely right. And it's like, they took a couple shots, and it's like, not for nothing, you have the 2-man advantage. It'll hit the boards. It'll wrap around. You'll probably retain possession. So just take those opportunities, and they just really weren't. I don't know if they were just doing that, the classic, just waiting for the perfect shot. But not for nothing, it's like, I guess you can tip your hat to Utah. I mean, they were collapsing well around the net, to have, shorten the space. But, I mean, come on, dude. Like you said, you got to take some shots there. So, but nonetheless, you enjoy the win. You mentioned, the road trip, 5 out of 6 points. Got to be happy with that. Looking ahead, though, to this weekend, dude, what do you think? They're the back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. I think, it's Columbus on Saturday and then Montreal on Sunday?
It's a away, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think it's Garden, then they go to Montreal, which is not that terrible travel.
No, yeah, it's not at all. It's not at all. But two teams, and again, the Blue Jackets, the Canadiens, I mean, teams that are playing very well right now. I mean, how do you think they stand against the weekend?
I mean, if I would take a split, I would be okay with that. Mm-hmm. I think you got to defend guys winning home, and if you go up to Montreal, it's like going to be quick on a back if they play Igor the first game. So if it's him against Montembeault,
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I think
I'll be excited to see.
Yeah, me too, for sure. And I think this is, this is the exact weekend, especially for this position of the Rangers. We're trying to get some good wins together. You got to be stoked that your backup is quick, so you love to see that. But boy, I mean, what a great job St. Louis is doing with Montreal, dude. I mean, they're kind of starting to really turn around. They got some nice youthful talent. The goaltender is good too. So I feel like it's been a little while since I've felt like the Canadiens are a real competitive team, to be honest.
Well, I mean, they live, die, and breathe hockey there. And for Marty, first-time head coach, and that is pretty impressive.
Very impressive. I think he was coaching like his kids' peewee team before he got hired by Montreal. Like it really is. And obviously, I mean, Marty is certainly a student of the game, certainly, but still, that's pretty crazy to coach at a high level and to start to see some success now. That's awesome, dude. But yeah, do you got anything else you wanted to comment on before we let you go?
Yeah, because you brought up Ovi earlier, and it's funny. I was listening to Donnie LaGreca, and he brought up a really good point. He would have broken that record a year and a half ago. He got drafted was the locker, so he didn't have a rookie. And then did they have another something with the union, and then the COVID year where they only played 30 games. So he broken this record already.
Yeah, no.
Anybody Wayne Gretzky wants him to break.
Yeah, no, I mean Gretzky. I mean, as he talks about it on TNT all the time. I mean, that's obviously been a huge topic, and like you said, I mean Gretzky wants him to do it. He definitely deserves it. I mean, not for nothing. I mean, this guy is sort of devoted his entire life not only to the league but to the Capitals. Like it's crazy. And to have the cup, to have the success that he's having at his age, breaking his fucking leg this year too, coming back less than 20 games later. I mean, I mean, this guy it really is tremendous. And like you said, yeah, I mean, you would have anticipated if there was normal years or years that he didn't miss around the NHL or shortened seasons, he probably would have already. He definitely would have. I mean, you can't really argue that. And it's going to be certainly a special moment for when he does, and to do it for this year too, where your team is contending. Like that's really is for me is so far fetched, or I guess coincidental. I guess I should say, because not for nothing, all these stats that Ovi has and all the guys around Washington, he only has one cup, which is pretty crazy to say. But yeah, dude, it's cool. It's definitely really cool, and you know, it's a moment of hockey that you got to be stoked for, no matter.
Absolutely. Listen, it's always good to see you boys. Have a great show. Okay.
You too, man. Appreciate the call in, dude. Peace.
Peace, brother.
That was Tommy, dude. Great hockey talk for sure, dude. That guy, you know, says Marty St. Louis or Montreal lives and breathes hockey. So does that man, dude. And he's a Ranger fan, so it's a great guy to have on our side for sure. Martin St. Louis, by the way, in his 49th year on this earth, dude. I used to live in Greenwich.
Yeah.
I met him actually.
Oh,
yeah, there used to be a show that rented out the Sacred Heart Studios called CT Sports Now. I don't know if you were ever aware of it, but they were, you know, Connecticut sports. They did a lot of high school, college, minor league women's sports around the area. And I forget why they had Marty St. Louis on. I think just because he was living in the area and they wanted to have a guest on.
Oh, yeah.
But he was in Sacred Heart Studios.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
What? What's up? Oh, sorry. They didn't pay him anything, I don't think, dude. Yeah, you gotta be hot on the mic for. Yeah, I think 4, maybe 3, 4.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, there it is. A very small man. Did you know that?
I've heard he has a big package though.
I mean, I wouldn't know anything about that. You can probably ask his wife.
So
I think he's like 5'6", dude. 5'7".
Looks
So-
deceiving.
No, but he is 5'7".
No, but I'm saying what's in the trunk.
Get the hell out of here, dude.
You know I've held the cup, Tony, right?
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, you haven't.
Well, I've held
kissed
the
it.
one.
I've held it.
You kissed it?
Yeah, I was in 5th grade. I did like the whole thing. Like I was a champ. Met the Avalanche team that won. Beat the Devils.
It was the real cup?
Yeah. They toured with it.
Interesting.
Mr. Greenwood brought us. Winter Wonderland of Ice.
No, that's cool, dude. That's very cool.
Yeah, I know. Peter Forsberg.
Peter Forsberg, great guy.
Met him.
That's great.
Joe Sakic.
Sakic.
I like to call him Sakic.
Sorry,
it's a thing we have.
Yeah, like
It's a thing we have.
Think about sacks. Talking about sacks.
It's a thing we have.
Ball sacks. I touched the older cup they have at the Hall of Fame in Toronto.
Yeah, not
That's the
same.
one where they've been taking levels off of this one and putting the older into this.
Yeah, but it's
cup.
more special the way I did it.
I don't know about more or less special. If anything, I mean, if anything, the Hockey Hall of Fame dude, in Toronto, like that's fucking sick, dude.
Nah.
All right, I saw the original cup, and it was just the cup.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
the cup.
All
There was
right,
no
that's
others,
cute.
dude.
But
It was
like,
very cute. Thank you.
mine was more special.
In any case, dude.
By the way, shout out Tommy. Are you Instagram friends with him?
Yeah. Why?
Oh. I just became Instagram friends with him.
I've been.
And I just became Instagram friends with, which is really odd. It makes me feel like Keith's not my friend. Keith. And Danny V. Have you been Instagram friends with them?
Keith Metzger?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I don't really. I don't.
And shout out
doesn't-
Danny. Just had his baby boy, healthy baby
We
boy.
already did that.
Oh.
Like, over an hour ago, we did that, and he commented, "Thanks."
Well, you know what? I'm doubling down to show how much I love his family and him.
no, it's
most
great,
importantly.
dude. Josh B.
Probably, yeah, he definitely did shout him out on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, no, he did. And then a couple of comments actually. Speaking of Josh B. and Danny V, we have Josh B. saying, "Suck it, Matthew Ryan." Absolutely, dude. Great soundbite there. Riley Souza says, "The Donut Inn." Obviously
What does
recognizing
Riley
the
know
cup,
about
dude.
anything? You need to call me Riley. So he learned something.
Yeah. Talking about sacks, huh? Josh says Darth, Tommy. Yeah, Tommy definitely sounded like he was he just woke up or something, rolled out of bed. But nonetheless, dude, we appreciate anyone who calls in at any point, sounding like anything, dude. We love the call-ins for sure. Riley Souza fucking call in. How about that, dude? You're watching you're probably at your desk right now, 11:30 a.m. doing fucking nothing at Martiri, dude. I think they could be getting ready for games this weekend. I think a couple doubleheader today, doubleheader tomorrow, I believe. You working any games this weekend?
I might work tomorrow.
Why wouldn't you work tomorrow?
I don't know. Maybe some football on.
Yeah, okay, dude. Priorities, baby. No, I'm just busting your balls, dude. Take the time off, dude. It's, you know. In any case, dude, we do have a little bit of a hockey frenzy we're going to go to. So here's the deal, dude. As these Friday slates get, lighter and lighter, it seems, on the NHL, we have 2 games tonight We do have 2 Rangers games, though. So what we're going to do is do a little hockey frenzy. We'll do 2 games tonight. We'll do the Rangers game Saturday, Ranger game Sunday. So let's fucking go right now. Cue up the music, baby. NHL Friday, the short slate. Why? I don't know. You would think, too, it's like Saturday there's football, Sunday there's football. Let's stack the games on Friday. Nay, dude. Nay. 2 games here, starting off at KeyBank Center. Nay?
Yeah.
Does that mean no in Bulgarian?
Duh.
Let's go. Da. Nay. Fuck you. Let's go to Buffalo. Do the Sabres taking on the Penguins. I've been a Buffalo guy. I like Tage Thompson. Buffalo's a city I've been earning to visit. I feel like it's kind of my town. It's in New York. It's north. It's snowy. There's buffalo wings. Michael's been, we know, the training camp, basketball, whatever, dude. Okay, dude. We're playing hockey here, all right?
Let's go, baby.
And I'm telling you right now, against the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Buffalo sauce will be heavy in the streets tonight. Pittsburgh plus 110, which is kind of wild if you ask me, that Buffalo's favored and they're even at home. Over under 6.5. I think Buffalo scores 6.5 goals on their own, dude. Between Tage Thompson, Rasmus Dahlin, who's that third guy? I forget him. The guy came over from Las Vegas. They have Bowen Byram, who they traded from Colorado. He's great. Alex Tuck, that's the guy. Alex Tuck. I don't even know if he came over from Vegas. Fuck, dude, I'm losing it. Doesn't really matter. A long episode. Give me the Buffalo. They win 7-2. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, 35 saves for Buffalo. Moving on. Buffalo in the over there. Next game. Great matchup here, actually. The Golden Knights of Las Vegas visiting the Hurricanes at the Lenovo Center. Vegas plus 140 here on the money line. Your over-under is 5.5. Vegas got pummeled by the Hurricanes 5-2 early November. Since then, the teams have kind of been, I guess, just following suit here. The Golden Knights, losers of 3 of the last 5, as well as the Hurricanes. Hurricanes has actually lost to Buffalo 4-2. Golden Knights just lost to Nashville. 2 teams lost to teams that are worse than them. I think this game is going to be an offensive shootout. I know we have good goaltenders here on the ice, but I think the offensive prowess of these teams will prevail, dude. I say Golden Knights take it in an overtime, I want to say. So in overtime, both teams get the points here. Jack Eichel, he nets the game winner for his 12th goal of the season, 55th point. Obviously, a lot of the setup man is coming from Jack Eichel. Moving on, we go to Saturday now as we start the Rangers weekend. 7 p.m., Rangers at home against the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets, the better record. They're in the wild card spot, more points. I'm going to the Rangers. They'll probably be favored here at the Garden, but it may be even, minus 110. Over-under will be 5.5, I want to say. Elvis has been great for Columbus. Obviously, Igor in net for the Rangers. Will we see him or Jonathan Quick? Doesn't matter. I like our chances regardless. Someone who has to wake up, Tommy said it, Lafreniere, he gets a goal against Columbus. I also think that, like, with the way I've been seeing Trocheck play, it's been high octane, high intensity. He is just due. He's due for a good weekend. I say he nets one as well. And why not? Give another one for Arthur Kaliev. All right, let's go, baby. Staten Island. Rangers win this one. I say 3-1. Rangers and the under, because the under will probably be at 5.5. They don't post the fucking lines a day and a half, God forbid. Next game, we'll move to Sunday now. Final game of the frenzy. Final game of the weekend for the Rangers. They'll be on the road against Marty St. Louis and the boys in Montreal. The Canadiens, a hot team. They've won 4 of the last 5. They just beat Utah. They beat Washington. They beat Vancouver. They beat Colorado. 4 of their last 5 games have gone to overtime or shootouts. How about that? Let's go. Classic matchup, like we're growing up, like it's Brandon Prust on the Canadiens, like it's fucking Carey Price over there. We're going to the shootout, tightly contested game, and I think goaltending absolutely remains to be the ace of this game. I say 1 goal, which happens in the shootout, obviously. Rangers win. Vinny T, no. Mika Zibanejad nets the 1 in the shootout, puts them up 1-0. Rangers in the under. And bang! That is your frenzy for the weekend. My throat is dry. Like the desert. But what a great weekend of sports we'll have. Weekend of Rangers hockey. Stoked for it all. Michael, you have something to say?
Not really.
Well, you had them,
No, I was just stretching. I got the mic here. Just chatting.
Are you stoked for the Rangers weekend?
Yes.
Back-to-back games, Saturday, Sunday. Kind of like what the hell is this? Like Friday you have no games, and then have a game on Saturday where we're competing with football? Like, why is that?
Good luck with that.
Right? Like, how stupid is that, dude?
Idiots.
I don't understand the scheduling there. And even Saturday, you're competing with games on Saturday as well.
Yeah.
So very odd, very, very odd stuff there at the NHL. But in any case, dude, I'm kind of in the hockey mood, so I think we're gonna get to our pack. Because I know we're still gonna talk some baseball before we go, but we do have one pack left here. So I'm pretty stoked, dude.
Shall I cue up the music?
I say cue up the music, get the double box going, dude. Start it up here. You can lower the music just a little tad, actually, because I don't want to be as. This is gonna be exciting. This is gonna be like methodical, dude. I guess maybe I will get a little loud. Who knows? But we do have this, the last of our upper deck cards here. The season 1 for you, 24-25. This is this year, dude. So I'm stoked. Obviously it says here, look out for the rare Outburst Silver Young Guns cards. That's what we're hoping for. This is, like I said, the last pack. Haven't seen the McDavid. Got 2 Bedard cards, the Elias Pettersson, the Hughes brothers on 1 card. But let's get in here, okay, dude? For the upper deck hockey pull, dude. I'm going to go as we typically do, open the full pack here. We have 12 cards to work with. So it's going to be a good one here. And I'm really stoked. I'm hoping for the McDavid card. I'm pretty stoked for it, to be honest. But if I had to guess, too, we also haven't gotten 1 New York Ranger. How crazy is that, Mike?
I thought we did. Damn.
24 cards.
This is the last pack?
Not 1 Ranger. Last pack.
Damn, man.
12 more cards.
Maybe
We're
Igor.
looking for some Rangers here.
Just
Hopefully some Igor. I'd love to get like a Vinny T, dude. A Vinny
You're
Cummins.
so obsessed with him.
Yeah, I am, dude.
Yeah.
He's Italian. From Pittsburgh, though.
That's tough.
But you know what? When they played the Penguins, you know what he did? Whole team over. House, the mother, Sunday dinner.
What does he do with the Rangers? He doesn't do that?
No. When he was on the Rangers, I'm saying. When they were.
Oh, you said Pittsburgh.
When they visited Pittsburgh to play the game.
All right, we'll see.
He's from Pittsburgh. How can he
I
do
need
it home?
video proof.
In any case, dude, let's get to our first guy here. We're going to start off with the Philadelphia Flyers, not to be confused with Pittsburgh. This is a guy who's, I guess, has 7 NHL seasons under his belt. Obviously, under head coach now, John Tortorella. Travis, sign him, dude. So great job here for the Flyer. I guess you look at the back of the card here. 497 games played. Obviously got his 500th game played this year. 183 points. He's a lefty. And am I like dumb, or does these cards don't have positions on them, by the way, which is really dumb in my opinion. Obviously I know he's a defenseman, but nonetheless that's great, dude. Thank you, Upper Deck. Sign him, dude. So next up here, there's an old goaltender here, another veteran, also in his 8th year around the NHL. He is your tender for the St. Louis Blues. An up-and-down player here, up-and-down years, up-and-down career, Jordan Binnington. This is going to be a horizontal card, it looks like here, right? Love to see that. The tenders, get a look at there, baby. Love that to see here from St. Louis. Jordan Binnington, I would say a good tender, I guess, overall. That's down there for the stack. Next up, this is a good one here. He is in his 10th NHL season, dude. A solid left-handed forward here. A former New York Ranger, now turned Anaheim Duck, Frankie Vetrano. Operating out of Massachusetts, by the way. A Massachusetts northeastern boy. You love to see that for Frankie V, and you'll love to see him succeed in the NHL, no matter what team he plays for, buddy. Next up, another tender we have. Someone who's also in his 8th season in the NHL. Is there a fucking theme? Operating out of Minnesota, playing for Detroit, the goaltender, Alex Lyon, dude. The guy who comes in for Ville Husso, steps up in the playoffs. Alex Lyon, love to see that out of him. The vertical tender. Boy, this is a good one. I like Detroit. I like Dylan Larkin. You got to appreciate, especially a great organization such as the Detroit Red Wings. Okay, whoa now, man. We're going to go on to a nice guy. This is going to be a glossy card. Stoked to see the front of it as I'm pulling from the back so you can see the card, though. A card we have already with his brother, but in his 6th NHL season, operating for the New Jersey Devils, Jack Hughes. Come on. This is dope, dude. Looking great here for the Devils uniform. Obviously, a great draft pick there for them. Could have gone to the Rangers. They didn't take him. Doesn't matter. Doing great for the for the Devils here. Jack Hughes. I don't know why they call these cards glossy, because they're not. Second one we've got says glossy, not glossy. It must be one of those oxymorons, you know? Like you call the big guy tiny. Next up here, we do have a silver Young Guns card. This is actually really interesting. Whoa, dude, this may be a card worth some money because he is retired now, but operating out of Quebec, playing for your Boston Bruins, Patrice Bergeron. Right, it's a good one, dude. Let's go. Young, good. Look how young he looks here, dude. We got the cool little fucking artwork, dude. I feel like this is like almost like a Pokemon card, dude.
Let me see it. I'll see how much it's worth right now.
All right, Patrice. Wow, dude, another Young Gun card here. This is also one that this has like a fucking, this feels like gaff tape. This has a texture to it. Young Guns here, the canvas, dude. In his 2nd season for the New York Islanders, operating out of Moscow, Russia, Ruslan Ishakov. Let's go, baby. This is cool, dude. Feel it. You can feel it. The texture on the card, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Young Gun cards. Let's go, dude. Look that up one, too. Next up, too, this is for Riley Souza, if he's still out there, that piece of shit still watching the show. His 6th season for the Boston Bruins, working out of Manitoba. What the hell is Manitoba? Is it a province in Canada? Is it a country? I don't know. But operating for the Boston Bruins, Morgan Geeky.
All right, so while you're geeking over the cards, the Patrice Bergeron card, that's fine. If it's a PSA 10 graded, it's going for $800.
Stop it.
I'm not shitting you.
Oh, is that eBay? You're on eBay?
No, I'm on T-Bag.
Is it like you went the whole like this has been sold for $800 already?
Yes.
Patrice!
And it's going for like $15, not graded.
That's kind of wild, the disparity of cards. They don't know how to do anything graded.
We have a lot of them to get graded.
Yeah, but no, it has to be the first one.
No.
Yes.
Dude, we have Anthony
Next up,
Edwards
dude,
rookie
a man,
cards.
a goaltender,
way better
operating out
cards.
of Sweden in his 5th NHL season. He's had a goal as a goalie this year for the first time in Minnesota Wild team history. Philip Gustafsson. Come on, it's huge, dude. For the first time, this guy scored as a goaltender for the entire team's history, and we get his card.
I think it's
He's having a career year. The Minnesota Wild having a great year as well.
Finally.
Boy, is that a good card right there. Sexy. All right, this one, I kind of saw the blue and the red and the white, so I thought, oh, it could be a Ranger, but it's not. It's unfortunately this guy out of Ontario. Lefty forward, I believe. Operating for the Columbus Blue Jackets, Adam Fantilli. Not much hype there for him right now, dude. Even the fucking photo sucks. What is this, like taking it in warm-ups? What the fuck, dude? Where the fuck are the Rangers, man? All right, nonetheless, this next card, not for the Rangers, but would appreciate if he was on the Rangers. A highly touted player who is now in his 9th season for his team. And I love getting the cards for the Utah Hockey Club because they're all in their Arizona Coyotes jerseys. Clayton Keller. a sweet assist last night against the Rangers. The no-look pass to Cooley. Great job there. Clayton Keller, especially in the Coyote threads here. Love to see that. And I'm not going to lie, dude. I mean, fuck, man. The last card, bit of a disappointment. No Rangers. Operating out of the same team we had for the first guy, Jamie Drysdale for the Flyers. 5th year in the NHL. I don't know. He's playing for Torts. That's kind of cool. Looks like he's fucking behind the puck in this photo, dude. What are we doing? All right, and there you go. Upper Deckers done, dude. That is your Upper Deck card reveal. Obviously, you're stoked for Patrice. Any words on our Russian friend? Nothing?
He's like $3.
But you like the texture. Feel the texture, right?
The texture's nice, but
texture's
doesn't
nice.
mean anything.
I guess you can't feel the texture if it's in a fucking glass, huh? All right, so those are the cards there. I guess I'm stoked with them. I'm a little ashamed. No Rangers. Not one Ranger, dude. Frankie V is cool, though, I guess. Jack Hughes is all right.
Got to get another box.
Morgan
Target.
Frankie. Actually, we might as well, right? I mean, $800. I mean, that's a good investment right there.
Yeah.
Maybe on Saturday in the morning. Are we going on a trip tomorrow?
Yeah, we have a trip tomorrow.
All right. Keep it clean. You know what I mean? Oh, you want them back?
I'll take them.
All right.
I mean, they should just go up there.
Well, no, I had it in the box. I don't want them in the basketball cards.
Why?
Because that's fucking weird.
No, it's not.
It's not basketball.
It doesn't matter. Give me the box, too, if you want. The box will go
Yeah, put them in the box, dude.
Go up there.
He doesn't treat the hockey cards as well as he treats the basketball cards.
Our basketball cards are worth 10x more than any of these
I'm not
cards.
in it for the money, dude. All right?
No, now you're not in for
No,
the
I'm not.
money.
Hockey cards are worth more to me. See how much fun I just had just now?
Yeah, I know. Barnes has fun with all of them.
Not as much as the hockey.
No, he has
Dude,
just
he
as much
doesn't-
fun.
He doesn't care. He's not even here.
Doesn't matter. He's on vacation.
Exactly. Funny, he gets the cards. We do the whole week. We'll do. I'm going on vacation. Yeah. But that was a great show. Obviously, we're doing a little bit of baseball. Some crib notes. Obviously, we have Zach here. We're Mets fans here. So a lot of talk around the Pete Alonso first baseman guy. And not for nothing, it seems to me that Stearns kind of has, I guess, a plan or a budget in mind for Alonso and is sticking to that plan. And it also seems that Cohen is fully backing his GM, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But not for nothing, I mean, don't you feel like that the whole Alonso discussion and stuff, I mean, is it not just like a Boris fuck job, right?
Yeah, I think, if you look at Soto too, I don't know if that, I just think it's really funny that they have the same agent given everything that's going on, I don't know how much that impacted the problems with getting him back with us, but it's definitely a factor in the entire thing for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand. I mean, obviously, Alonso wants to get paid and everything, but I mean, like we said before the show, like, he bet on himself this year, and he did not perform as much as we needed him to. Obviously, the big spot in the playoffs, but still, I mean, it's not enough to warrant $35-40 million a year.
Yeah, and I think like that home run is the only reason we're having this conversation. And I love Pete Alonso.
Yeah,
he's my favorite player. So I don't mean it to be like, he doesn't deserve a certain amount of money, but I mean, if you look at the body of work over the regular season, it's just not there.
Yeah.
So and like you said, he bet on himself. He declined the initial offer that we gave him, which I felt was pretty good amount of money. But that's what I mean. Boris likes to drive the price even higher, and I'm sure he was in Pete's ear. So
yeah, dude, and he's Boris is not shy of having his players miss spring training. Like late in the season they end up trying to get a deal, or early in the season I should say, end up trying to get a deal. And I mean, you speak of his body of work. You look at his season last year. Obviously healthy, had pretty much a full season, but batted, 240, slugged 459 with an OPS of 788. I mean, that's not great, dude. It's not great by any means. 34 home runs is good, and 88 RBIs, that's good. But again, I mean, for him to be in these negotiations and ask for more money, I feel like you would need to have seen 40 home runs with 100 RBIs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And maybe like even like a 260 batting average.
Yeah.
You know, or even 255.
Yeah.
But 240. And let's see how many strikeouts. See, the strikeouts down. Strikeouts. He struck out last year more than any other year since his rookie season.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me.
So it's not good at all,
Yeah.
dude. He struck out 21 more times this year than last year. And yes, he raised the batting average significantly, but still, I mean, it's just not there. And obviously, like why is there such a trade-off? Year before, 217 batting average, 46 home runs.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on there, man?
Yeah. I think that's the thing, too, is like, I know everybody has had these discussions about all his different facets of play, but really it just comes down to the home runs for me. You're a power hitter. That's what we, invested in you for.
Right.
And you're not putting up the numbers that other power hitters in the league are putting up. So I think that's really the biggest problem with it. I think, like you said, if he hit 40 or more home runs, maybe the discussion changes a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, the batting average isn't great, but
No.
I think that's really the driving force of it all is that you're a power hitter and you're not hitting for power. So, I mean, there's not really much more that you can do there. It sucks, and it really seems like yesterday was like the final nail in the coffin, at least with the reports that I read. Like, they're operating. They said, I think Martino said they're operating under the impression that he won't be back. That doesn't mean it's over, but it's pretty much saying it's over.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, dude. It seems that Mets. It says here this is courtesy of Joel Sherman. Big fan of Joel Sherman, great guy of the New York Post. He says that the Mets' last-ditch effort to sign Pete Alonso offered him a 3-year, $68 to $7 million range that was rejected. Which is, I mean, honestly, dude, like, I think that's kind of a hogwash. I'm not gonna lie, dude. When I read that statement, last-ditch effort, 3-year, $70 million. Where do they start?
Yeah,
like 3-year, 55.
Yeah,
like what? Like what do you mean? How is that a last-ditch effort?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I mean, are the Mets really undervaluing him a little bit? Not for nothing. I mean, I know there's been a lot of talk of like if Alonso wasn't coming back, it'd be like the Vientos at first, Mauricio and Beatty over there at third.
I don't know.
I mean, listen, I'm all for the young talent. I love that. Mauricio is someone, especially after tearing his ACL last season. I'd love to see him, come back and an opportunity in the big leagues. And obviously, it's been successful so far with Alvarez and Vientos, needless to say.
Yeah.
And I would like to give Beatty another shot as well. But I mean, damn, dude. Like, I don't know. I mean, I would feel way more comfortable if Alonso was at first rather than Vientos. I like Vientos at third, to be honest. I love Vientos at third.
And
he was really coming along.
Yeah. I think that's a lot. That's another part of it too. Like, I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, Pete's defense is shoddy," but like, I didn't feel that way. I felt like he played great at first. I really didn't.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't make many mistakes.
Yeah, like.
I will say, I mean, he's definitely come a long way, like since his first year as first baseman too. I mean, he is way better than what he was. Like, he's been getting better at first base every year. He isn't the best first baseman by any means.
Yeah, but he's serviceable.
Very serviceable, dude. He has 7 errors, looks like, on the season, which is down from, again, rookie years 12. COVID year throw out the door, but 2021 8, 6, 7. So, again, bring it down and not even to go past the errors. I mean, he's just also making plays at first base now.
Yeah.
He's diving for balls he otherwise would not be able to grab. So you'll have to see that, dude. And it's someone, again, I mean, maybe we're a little bit more, I don't know, attached to him just because it's homegrown. Pete Alonso, rookie of the year, 53 home runs.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, he put the pressure on. I mean, he was someone who was just right there with Aaron Judge. That was the comparison. It was Judge and Alonso from New York,
Like 3 years ago.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Things have changed.
Yeah, things have changed. But that was the narrative. The first 3 years of his career, the first 4 years of Judge's. Because Judge came in, broke the rookie record. The following year, Alonso broke it. Like, that was a big deal. Pussy.
Just saying. I mean, that's long gone.
No, exactly. It is long gone. So you can't be
so far gone.
First of all, calm down. It's not that far gone.
It's ridiculous.
It isn't ridiculous, dude. Okay, dude. What's ridiculous is Aaron Judge dropping balls in the outfield. That's ridiculous. But in any case, dude, Alonso has more than enough opportunity to redeem himself.
Yeah.
But he has to. He made his bet. He has to line it. You can't just be expecting that other teams are going to be offering you more than $35 million a year.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, like you said, I think what stings the most about it is the fact that we have more of an attachment to him as fans. But, like, to me, like, that's why I think I'm willing to be like, yes, let's re-sign him. Let's get something done and let him redeem himself because, I mean, he's a part of the identity of the team in the locker room, and he's a big part of that. And I think it's really more than anything just going to leave a sour taste in a lot of the fans' mouths because, like, yes, we got Soto, but, like, Alonso was the second piece of this, making sure that we came back next year with this roster. And, it sucks. But like you said, like, I don't know where he's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was asking for $90 million, right, on a shorter deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who's going to pay him that. I just don't see it.
I would give him 3 for 90.
I mean, I would, yeah, but it's
that would be
like,
the
I don't
top
know
most I would do. And I'm expecting a lot from you if you sign that deal.
Yeah.
And honestly, dude, I'm a little surprised because I just feel like why would they not? And I'm reading here too. Alonso's camp had made a Mets 3-year proposal with an annual average way beyond where the Mets were comfortable going.
Yeah.
So it probably was maybe 3 years, 100 or something. But still, like, how do you not just 3 years, 90? Keep it clean, methodical. $30 million a year is not outrageous for Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
Again, I would say that would be the top of what I would pay for him, but it's not crazy, dude. Especially what other players are getting paid around the league. And not for nothing, like, I mean, I know, I hate it's not about the money because it's Cohen, but because it clearly is. Like, Cohen is trying to dial it back a little bit in terms of spending haphazardly.
Yeah, definitely.
But I feel like this is a deal you kind of have to make.
Well, that's the thing. That's how I feel about it too. Is like, I mean, if it got too outrageous where they just can't pay him what he's at, I get it. I understand that. But, like, for what he probably would have wanted, I think they could have, like you said, kept it clean, got it done. They made it a lot more difficult than it had to be. And like I said, I think a lot of it had to do with Soto because that literally flipped everything on its head. And honestly, I don't, most fans would say the same because nobody saw this coming. So, I mean, it was obviously we were in the race, but nobody, I didn't really think we were going to get him.
Either.
I thought he was going to stay with the Yankees. So my outlook on how they were going to, take on the offseason was very different, a few months ago. I'm sure theirs was too. So, yeah. I mean, that's just kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, Pete Alonso right now, get some stats here in terms of his Mets tenure, ranking pretty high all time, dude. I mean, he's third all time home runs as a Met. He's under great names: Darryl Strawberry, David Wright. Third as well is slugging percentage underneath Strawberry, Mike Piazza. He has the 6th most RBIs in Mets history at 586. Which is, again, I mean, his numbers are there. They're the body of work is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's just the fact that you expect more from him, and he hasn't really been answering the bell in terms of that. So it's like, hey, man, how do you expect to get paid for something that you haven't done?
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens. And in terms of that, I mean, the Mets shopped other first baseman. Vlad Guerrero Jr. has been someone who's been on the radar of the Mets. But I mean, again, you said it before the show, or maybe at the top. I mean, that you're gonna look at probably some type of haul, right? Because they have him, for another year.
Yes.
Before free agency.
Yeah, and I had read something that they if they're gonna trade him, it's gonna be one of those nuke trades where it's just a ton of players for one.
I mean, it's going to have to be.
Yeah.
Obviously Vlad younger than Pete, 25 years old here. Also coming off a great year, a great bounce back year at that too, batting .323, 30 home runs, 103 RBIs, slugging .544, the OPS of .940. I mean, how do you look at that as a first baseman? And it's like Vlad just had a way better year than Alonso.
Yeah. Yeah,
maybe 6 less home runs or whatever, but it doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
More RBIs, way better batting average.
Yeah.
And it's like why can't Alonso be doing that? Like how do you look at a guy like that and think that you're worth more than him? And it's going to be tough. I mean, Toronto is notorious for trying to get people to go there in free agency.
Yeah.
Because who wants to go to Toronto? And obviously they were struggling last year due to the rest of their team. Their pitching is always a question mark. So, I mean, they're going to want a lot of prospects. They're going to want a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And this is also, I guess maybe the sample size is a little bit smaller. Maybe his career is going in a similar direction as Alonso in terms of like up and down years and whatnot, with some struggles. But not for nothing, it just seems like that his ceiling is higher.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, like his struggling years were better than Alonso's struggling years,
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, we'll see what happens. That's something I would want to avoid, honestly, though, is to give up so many players.
Yeah, that's my problem with it. Is like I said, I think it's just going to get out of hand if we start to negotiate with them, because they're going to want a lot.
Do you think that the Mets are better off going for Guerrero if there's no Alonso, or sticking with the bring people up and have like new spots in the infield?
I think it's better to, given the talent we already have on the roster, I think it's fine to just stick with the young guys, move people around, try that before you blow up the identity of the team, because that's what will happen. They're gonna move all these guys that have come to be great pieces of our locker room and of the chemistry of the team, and that's my problem with it, and that's my problem with losing Alonso. Is I just think you keep taking these pieces out. Baseball's very heavy on every guy playing off of each other, so
yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's just like how I feel about it. But yeah,
no, I mean, I agree. It's tough though, because it's like, I mean, without Alonso, you do have to replace 36 home runs and whatever it was, 98 RBIs, 99 RBIs, and also, I mean, you're just gonna put so much pressure too on like Vientos.
Yeah,
what do you have? Maybe 27 home runs last year.
Yeah, and
it's like, I mean, that's great. I mean, I love that. And I love that he was doing well. I love that he was a big part of the year. But then you're going to put more pressure on him to follow that up. You're putting more pressure on Alvarez to stay healthy and to do better than he did last year for sure as well.
Yeah.
As well as just everyone else on the team, Yeah. And yes, you could say, well, you got Soto, so that's that. There's your 36 home runs right there. But still, it's just like it's not enough. Like I don't feel like the team is enough to win a World Series.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think, like, in Vientos' case, too, it's like, I feel like he did so well last year because, like, he was playing to prove himself, and there wasn't that expectation on him.
Yeah.
He kind of just earned it. So that's a different type of play.
I know.
Alonso, it's the complete opposite. He had all that pressure on him, so I felt like that was a big part of why he was sinking. So
yeah, for sure, dude. And it is tough too with Alonso. I mean, when you think about his second year being the COVID year, the lack of games, that's supposed to be your sophomore slump. Basically, that's the sophomore slump that everyone's like, hey, listen, that happens all the time. Look at the stats. Every rookie of the year, this following year is just not anywhere as near as his rookie of the year. And he never really got that sophomore slump year in. So it would just cause, I think, a weird trickle-down sort of deal. And then again, you're playing for New York. You have all the pressure in the world. You're on the Mets, like you're the guy they're looking towards. So it is kind of like that perfect storm of just like fuckery. And then the home run derbies things too. Again, statistically, the home run derby winner just ends up fucking having a terrible next season. Or the rest of the year, the second half of the season, just can't hit home runs.
Yeah, even the home run derby was kind of depressing this year too. I was like, he's not having the greatest season, but maybe he'll go there, he'll have some fun, get a spark.
He didn't have anything.
Nothing. That was like depressing to watch. So I mean, everything that kind of could have went wrong with him. Except for, I mean, he turned it on in the playoffs, obviously, but like we said, I just don't think that was enough. So,
what do you think about signing Winker?
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm just big on like
chemistry,
and I think signing him late in the season added like another element to what we had going on.
Yeah, that guy brings a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It's a 1-year deal, low risk.
Yeah.
Why not, dude? And not for nothing, he had some big hits of his own.
Yeah, definitely.
So you'll have to see that, dude.
Yeah.
But obviously, we'll keep you guys updated with any other free agency stuff. I mean, nothing really has happened, I suppose, other than Winker.
Yeah.
We talked about Jeff Hoffman we did the other day, last week, Verlander too. So I'm not really hearing any more rumblings around the stove. Seems the stove is pretty cold right now.
It's off.
It is off, dude. Speaking of off, we have Michael Buckta going off in the comments. Says, "Yo, boys." He says that guy and I have something special going on, no doubt.
I think he's talking about Zach.
I'm taking him to Disneyland, and we're going on all the rides, especially the Incredicoaster.
I think Zach would
Me?
like
Is he
that.
talking about you?
I've been on the Incredicoaster. Right?
Is it incredible?
It was. It
Yeah?
was.
That's good.
Yeah.
And he says, I couldn't see Hurley take the Lakers job. I can never imagine him coaching in the NBA.
Well, he's going to take the Knicks job when they
And
don't
he says,
win.
I'm referring to Hurley, silly.
Oh, okay. Well, Hurley probably won't be going to Disney.
You think he's
but
going to take the Knicks job?
Yeah, eventually. That's the job he wants.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be pretty insane.
Wow.
That's the job he wants. Sorry to break the news to you.
He says,
Michael.
read my second comment. You says that guy. That's the second comment. That guy.
You gotta be clear there.
You got to be a little
Michael.
more clear. There's a lot of guys around here, man.
Just like Tony likes it.
Yeah, dude. I love guys. Has he ever coached in the NBA before? No, right? It was only college. Rhode Island. Wagner. Started in Wagner.
That's right.
Then went to Rhode Island.
Michael didn't know that.
No, Michael Buckner knew that. Brian didn't know about the Wagner.
No, Michael didn't know. I remember.
Really?
Yeah, it was. He was saying Rhode Island, and then you brought up the Wagner, and he was like,
Fucking no Staten Island, baby. And then, I guess you think he would go to the Knicks?
"Yes, that's the job he wants." I'm telling
Like
you.
he said that to you.
My inside sources.
As he said it, though, like openly? He was like,
I
"Oh, I'd
have
love to
inside
coach."
sources that know Hurley personally.
That's not Michael Buckner.
That's definitely not Michael Buckta.
Because he knows Hurley personally.
He doesn't know him like the person I know knows him.
Who do you know?
I can't reveal my sources. What kind of journalist would I be?
Some guys do. He doesn't want to coach in the NBA, Michael T.
You're wrong,
Michael
Buckta.
T,
You're
he
wrong,
says.
dude. Like I know you're like really gung ho about him and
He
UConn.
is.
I get it, but he will leave eventually.
What's his contract for UConn? You know?
It's like 6 years maybe, but those could be broken. Like, watch Thibs fails.
Within the next 2 seasons, you think he'll be in the NBA?
Depends on the Knicks' patience with Thibs.
This year, Eastern Conference Final
They're not going
loss.
to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm
but
telling you right now, this year, Eastern Conference Final loss. Next year, first round loss.
Now we're talking.
Hurley?
Now we're talking.
Really?
You'll see. Then you'll see a championship.
Hurley comes in, off-season, Hawaii. Because of the tournament they had where they lost a lot.
Why would they do the NBA?
Because he's going back to where he lost. And he's going to go there and train Hawaii.
Train them in
dude.
the hills, in the volcanoes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, my God. Oh, Michael says he said it live. I'll send you the link.
It doesn't matter what he has to.
Oh, my God.
You don't understand how politics, Michael, work, and what these people have to say on air. Tony knows.
That's true. That's true. There's lies, deception.
They can't give out all their info, Michael. I have an inside source that knows him well, Michael. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's gonna happen
All right,
if Thibs doesn't win.
we got to go.
I know you do.
Yeah, I got to work ahead of myself, dude. But I would say this has been a great episode, dude. Zach, great job, dude.
Thank you.
Great to have you back in the saddle.
Of course.
We'll be seeing you next Wednesday, right?
Yes, I will be back
All
on
right,
Wednesday.
sweet. Be back next Wednesday, as well as Brian Barnaby will be back all next week.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to be great. He's going to be tan.
Michael's sending watches. The answer is clear. No, Michael, I don't need to watch your video because I don't care.
We're tossing right now to break. All right?
Goodbye.
We have some great shows today. We Have a Dream is free this afternoon, actually, which will be out probably sometime in the next week or so. It's a great episode. Stoked to see you guys see that, as well as Binge Buddies tonight, 8 p.m. Friday night, getting crazy, dude. New Daredevil trailers out there. We'll be watching, talking about that, dude. So, yeah, it's going to be great. Stick around today. We have a lot going on. Hope everyone is enjoying their Friday so far. And what a great weekend of sports we have up for you guys. Undoubtedly, dude. Great hockey, great football, no doubt. Next week, next Monday is going to be huge. MLK Day episode coming up, dude. But I like all of you guys out there. Tommy, Kev Du, holding it down. Danny V, dude, the congrats with the child, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. I couldn't imagine the feeling you have. The birth, child. Nuts, dude. But let's watch some football. Let's stay safe this weekend. I'll see everyone on Binge Buddies. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Downtime TV, YouTube, notifications. Don't miss a damn thing ever. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you on Binge Buddies. Peace out.
Adios.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.